sound setter of radio.
Ain't got no one that back calling me splurge. Watch me jump right off the curb.
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody. And we telling now.
Bend that over, let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 106.9.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 106.9.
She's got the grace, the charm, the sea. It's time to shine, it's Miss SVGT. Style and smarts, she wears the crown. Rising stars from every town. Poise, power, beauty, and dream all come alive at Miss SVGT. Come feel the magic, come feel the vibe. Support your queen, the future's bright. Miss SVGT, where queens are seen. Where queens are seen. She's got the grace, the charm, the scene. It's time to shine, it's Miss SVGT. Style and smarts, she...
On your marks, get set, go!
The road to supremacy starts in 784. Sweet Vincy! 4 teams, 1 dream. The battle begins at the CBN Winlock Windward Islands School Games 2025 from July 26th to August 2nd. Welcome to our shores as we face off with the best of the best. From Dineja Isle, Dominica to Grenada, the island of Spice, and St. Lucia, Helen of the West. All coming to challenge the pride of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Celebrating 100 years of tradition, talent, and triumph. The oldest games in the region take center stage. Be there for the grand opening ceremony and track and field events. Saturday, July 26th at the Sir Vincent Beach Athletic Stadium. This is more than a game. It's history. It's passion. It's CBN Winlocks Windward Island School Games 2025 in Sweet Vincy 784.
Dragged on, excellent length.
50 years ago, the West Indies conquered the world in 1975. Now, in 2025, we honor that legacy with bat, ball, and Caribbean soul. The SVG Emancipation Cricket Festival is here. From July 31st to August 3rd, join us as 4 powerhouse captains. Kesrick Williams, Carlos Brathwaite, Lyndon James, and Jamel Warrican lead the charge. Also meet our legends, Clive Lloyd, Andy Roberts, Collis King, Derek Murray, and Alvin Kalicharan. Cricket legends, emancipation, culture, unity. Celebrate 50 years of greatness where freedom meets the field. The SVG Emancipation Cricket Festival 2025. Legacy, unity, excellence. Follow us on social media at SVG Cricket Festival. This event is powered by the SVG Tourism Authority.
For 40 years, we've refined the rhythm of beer, mastering the balance of bold and smooth, crafting flavors that echo through SVG. Between the limes and the laughter, we've carried our expertise across the Caribbean, one brew at a time, perfecting the process, deepening the craft, learning what makes beer not just tasted, but felt. And now, with all that we've learned, we bring you what's next. The next wave of refreshment, the next chapter in our story, the next taste to define a generation, not just another drink. This is the extension of who we are, the next experience, the next icon, imagined and brewed right here at home. It's not just what's next for us, it's what's next for you. It's what's beyond expectations. Own it, define it, make your mark. Hyrule next. This is the extension of passion, of possibility. Hyrule next. The future of beer. Made in St. Vincent and the Grenadines by the hands that have mastered the craft for 40 years.
This isn't just a run. With each step begins a new journey. A journey of determination, persistence, and self-discovery. With each step, I embark on a quest to push myself beyond expectations, beyond standards. Each stretch, a reminder of the flexibility of the human spirit. With each step, I am breaking barriers. As I push to the finish, I'm filled with pride. not just for what I've achieved today, but for the journey that has brought me here. This isn't just a run, it's a testament to the human spirit, and I am here for it. Island sips, beyond standards, beyond expectations, beyond water.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Let's go! Boom 1069, the sound setter of radio.
Young got no one that back calling me splurge. Watch me jump right off the curb.
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody. And we're telling now.
Bend that over, let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 1069.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 1069.
She's got the grace, the charm, the sea. It's time to shine, it's Miss SVGT. Style and smarts, she wears the crown. Rising stars from every town. Poise, power, beauty, and dream all come alive at Miss SVGT. Come feel the magic, come feel the vibe. Support your queen, the future's bright. Miss SVGT, where queens are seen. Where queens are seen. She's got the grace, the charm, the scene. It's time to shine, it's Miss SVGT. Style and smarts, she.
On your marks, get set, go!
The road to supremacy starts in 784. Sweet Vincy. 4 teams, 1 dream. The battle begins at the CBN. Winlock, Windward Islands.
1069 gives you 15 minutes of the biggest throwback.
Yo!
Cruising.
Let's go and get a hot red rat.
It's
The
a
girl them fat
must.
like mudfish.
Them goofiness, yeah, the girl them hot.
Yeah, get me. Goofy and red rat
Big
again.
girl them.
We the girl them a cruising. Now we be my analyst of your blues.
Dead people on the don't hear the news. We have cattle, we can't confuse. We don't know who to
The
choose.
girl them a cruising. Now we be my analyst of your blues.
Dead people on the don't hear the news. We have cattle, we can't
What you
confuse. We don't know who to choose.
1 you a boom, 2 you a boom boom, 3, 4 you a boom down the place boom. You have man heart a beat bodum bodum, bodum bodum, bodum bodum. 1 you a boom, 2 you a boom boom, 3, 4 you a boom down the place boom. You have man heart a beat bodum bodum, bodum bodum.
Hey, hey, I don't give a damn if you don't give a damn. All I'm looking for is just a break. Hey, I don't give a damn and I really don't care. I'll take it anytime, any day. Hey, I don't give a damn if you don't give a damn. All I'm looking for is just a one night slam. I don't give a damn and I really don't care. I'll take it anytime, anywhere. Hey, I don't give a damn if you don't give a damn. All I'm looking for is just a one night slam. I don't give a damn and I really don't care. I'll take it anytime, anywhere.
Tell them to stop, to buy your name like Wrigley's, and take them news out of your business. Stop, to buy your name like bubblegum. To you have it girl and them no have non-stop. To buy your name like Wrigley's, and take them news out of your business. Stop, to buy your name like bubblegum. girl. Hey, chop and a fear fat. If a girl sad, she be all a fish for the mineral bath. Move too wild and pop too much style. And now she end up with a big X-file. All I call up your name out the street. With them bad better than rock and teeth. Yes, so some of them a move up beat. And them a name call it up on the street. Ready? Stop troop on your name like Wrigley's. And take them notes out of your business. Stop troop on your name like Bubblegum. So you have it here and they don't have it. Spreading rumors about me, telling fear lies and rumors. Some bad mind guys, rumors, Jesus Christ. Rumors a fly like flies. Retarded in rumors about me, telling fear lies. Rumors, some bad mind guys. Rumors, Jesus Christ. Rumors and rumors.
You no fear the man fi complain to your spouse. This a year you not hit up on man like a crabble house. Now carry your out over your ice cream at the van house. Him want lock you in like you a house mouse. But you fi complain, woman you fi cuss out. Big while you keep say certain things, girl you not enjoy. Complain, if things not gone right, me friend. You no love where you go and then complain again. Complain, the boy want mash up your life. Complain, if him reaching late tonight, will you not love that go and wait for me? Cause him out bad when you say Jabba rush me like a say me and them nothing. Them notice me too. So girl a rush me like a say me and them nothing. Them notice me too.
But I just one man besides the tomato like you. Some gal change man yesterday, new man today. Some gal I move like good girl. Been through many households and still at all.
You hear she wants to stir up something, well make she come stir up something. You hear she wants to start up something, well make she come start up something.
Plenty more nice gal out of Islam. 1 million, 2 million dollar house and stucky on the part of we plan. We have to sample every nation single song. Plenty more nice gal out of Islam. 1 million, 2 million dollar house and stucky on the part of we plan. We have to sample every nation.
Yo, hey you girl in the tight up skirt, you make me head swell till me blood vessel burst. Hey you girl in the tight up shorts, you speed up 10 more beats to me heart. Hey you girl in the tight up blouse, every time you pass me you get me aroused. Hey you girl in the jeans, look on that, see what me mean?
Nobody can tell me see them gal ya no come from Buffet. Can't tell me them ya gal ya no come from Buffet. See them in a shot so me know say them come from Buffet. See them in a tight so me sure say them come from Buffet.
Me go a watch show down a country one day. One sound did string up and down they a play. As me reach at the gate, me see hatty at the fear. Me ready to go right away. But a bigger drama when me pay and go in. Me see enough poor prestige gal on the scene. The eyes start pop out, me couldn't hold it in. You shoulda hear me shout and a scream. Oh yo yo, look at a hot gal. Gal look so hot, me want it for a runway. Boy, see a next one a come. They a go down the line, me a ballad go burn now. Oh yo, look at a hot gal. Gal look so hot, me want it for a burn now. Boy, see another one a come there. Me a ballad go down there now. Me say me gal confused, lad. Oh, you know funny. Woman a pass me pretty like for real money. Grab and Panara say come ya honey. Start make a talk on the phone, me coulda burn now. Next gal pass look like Easter bunny. Her lips them yummy, me know she come me burn now. Me touch her and ask her how she so flummy. Gal you have man next door to mommy. Oh yo, look at the hot gal. Gal look so hot, me want keep her a burn now. Boy, see your next one a come. They a go down the line, me a ballad go burn now.
You a go like a bad man regular, and a pose up like you a gorilla. Now you dey a chill house a spin beer popular. You go and turn the fever me sing. Real bad man not tell people them bad. All when I want house a gun them have. Every day them a talk about people fi dead down the runway.
None of mercy, none of mercy, none of mercy.
Back to the future. Boom, 1069 gives you 15 minutes of the biggest throwbacks.
Woman, I live dangerous. Sure.
Oh, woman, I heard a little rumor last night.
Little rumor last night.
Somebody told me you ain't doing me right.
She wasn't doing me right.
While I've been turning my back, you've been no playing the field.
She just playing the field.
Can you look me in the eyes and say to me it's not real?
Well, that could not be real.
That's all I wanted to know.
Just wanna know, girl.
That look is giving you away.
Give it away, no.
And I never believe in a single word.
I never believe in that.
You're living dangerously.
Woman, you're living too dangerous for me.
You're living dangerously.
Is it me you're a rent and leaving?
You're living dangerously.
Girl, you're living too dangerous for me.
Something in my heart says this isn't right. It's causing me to worry day and night. You say that you love me, this side of it. Don't you know that actions speak louder than words? Second class, don't give me no second class.
Watch you up.
Whatever you do is not good enough.
For you one time, man, cause him can't take back when down the give you. Hey. Post for you one time, man. You find a good man, and you know him a take care of you. You have your bed. Hey. Hand in the air. Shout it out, you expensive, and there you look sweet. Hey. Sultan, the wife. Ball it out, you want to say, oh, stop your hand. Hey. Bounce and go round. Make sure him see you and hold him out. Surprise. Hey. Can't believe on you. Sweet to body, we can't hear out.
Me no stop love how the girl them flex. The hot clothes and make a next girl flex. Me no stop love how the woman them a flex. No stop live big and make a next girl flex.
You want to love her, man.
Action,
that's about the mood.
Sweet.
Don't be the girl them broke out.
Action,
that's about the mood.
Sweet.
Don't be the girl them broke out.
You think you are so fine.
Chat no work, yeah, man, watch the time.
Stop playing with my mind.
Oh, man, no in a joke when she will want the wine.
You call me on the phone.
I know what a talking angel come down.
And now I want you home.
Anytime Jackie got me now, you just
Oh, man, the kitty girls are one bed. And you them no get it when them react mad. Oh, man, the kitty girls are one bed. And you them no get it when them react.
Watch this like.
Oh, man, the dicky. Jackie gets stabbed and get one up with a sick. Bad, look sweet, like nice. But them a kitty girl. And I don't know this when they come to them like. Them a die come Moses, rule him, rock a girl, rock him. Them match end up in a.
It's like.
The kitty girls are one bed. And you them no get it when them react mad. The kitty girls are one bed. And you them no get it when them react mad.
It's like. Gyal a fuck, gyal a fight over your man. All them a do, all if you do, move on, go long. Gyal a fuck, gyal a fight over your man. All you gonna catch the man, what?
You better ease up, fire and I come again. Ease up, me come fi give them problem. Ease up, fire and I come again. Ease up, me come fi give them problem. Girl, leave people man and find your own man. Set your foundation, make your own plan. Leave people man and find your own man. Set your foundation, make your own plan. Some girl don't want to work and live independent. Them live like a leech, then can't pay them rent. Every day they find a man, now get 1 cent. Only till them get on them face get dent. Leave people man and find your own man. Set your foundation, make your own plan. Leave people man and find your own man. Set your foundation.
Wait the man, who that a come? Wait the man, who no think me did done? Wait the man, who that a come? Wait the man, who no think me did done? Me come fit turn up, say DJ go and go sit down. Me come fit turn up, tell them fi pack up and run. Me come fit turn up, DJ go and go sit down. Me come fit turn up, tell them fi pack up and run now. Put up and can come off of the right. They have 2 stick hard and the mic. Admiral come off of the left before me use the bomber and bomb. Sit to the left, he's the Christ man. Him a send threat, me electric chain. Me go shot him to death. Wait the man, and who that a come? Wait the man, who no think me did done? Wait the man, and who that a come? Wait
Want you to know that This little girl, her name is Maxine. Her beauty's like a bunch of roses. If I ever tell you about Maxine, you woulda say I don't know what I know, but murder she wrote. Murder she wrote. Murder she wrote. Murder she wrote.
Action with him, a pretty face and bad character. Them the kind of living can hold chaka. Follow me. A pretty face and bad character. Them the kind of living can hold chaka. Say girl you pretty, your face it pretty, but your character dirty. Girl you just a act too flirty. You run to Tom Dick and also hurry. And when you find your mistake, you talk about your sorry. Come now.
Have a cozy corner where she jukes and where she jam. She know about Luke like an every money man. Make love with the cool Chinese, white man and Indian. This kind of girl you just a player.
She's a dancer, queen for life. Kinda with flow like dynamite. And she's moving out of sight. To take a match off the place like dynamite. She's a dancer, queen for life. Kinda with flow like dynamite. And she's moving out of sight. To take a match off the place like dynamite.
You know you so full of ethic, but you so clever. You still have to make a you design for being a dancer. If for me alone, I would have turned you into my lover. Tell me what me name, me want to knock you with me hammer. Let me get my punch up, ya, mass ya. First time me see you, me da walk in a maca. Now me see you when me want to burn up in a fire. I'm having a cold like a thinking filler with a girl ya wine. She look like Mama Killer. One touch me, it burn me like pepper. But you the DJ out on me a la. She me no walk for the fire la.
She is the dancer, queen for life. Flow like dynamite.
Back to the future. Boom 1069 gives you 15 minutes of the biggest throwbacks.
Wake up with the real Badman Bing and DJ Shady.
There's only one way to do it. Yeah. This is how we just do it. Last night wasn't your last night, but today could be your last day. So let me celebrate today. Yeah. Yesterday was yesterday, but tomorrow we don't know. So let me commemorate this date. Yeah. And let me do this one big, gigantic, bombastic. Let me do this big, real big, fantastic. So put your hand in the air and let me do this in grand style. In grand style, celebrating a fine style. In fine style, let me do this huge, real huge. Let me do this monstrous, boisterous. All of us put something up in the air. Raise it for the world to see. Let me get every day in history and embrace the moment. Let me cherish the moment and enjoy the vibe. Oh Lord, celebrating life. I know the limit is the sky. Yeah. And I know that I ain't living twice. Hey. That's why I living for tonight. On cloud nine. That's why I living for tonight. On cloud nine. Live like it all could end tonight. On cloud nine. That's why I living for tonight. On cloud nine.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, God bless no man curse, you know.
Yeah, I was. Cancer. Show me a signal out there. All hard-working people don't make the devil defeat you. Anything bad mind won't fail. Righteousness always prevail. We burn bad men and burn evil, but it's not an easy road. It's not an easy road. It's not an easy road. No easy road. Put your hands in the air and jump and tell them God people will rise above. Good people will rise above. Job people will rise above. We will rise above. Good people will rise above. Job people will rise above.
So we go dance and sing. Everybody together, watch the vibes we
4 minutes after 7.
Trouble in town, the masqueraders that gather round. Trouble in town.
Pull me out, Shady, pull me out.
Trouble in town, what is it with?
It's trouble this morning. It's gonna be we inside the power hour with the compliments of First National Bank. Yeah, First National Bank. This hour is coming to you with the compliments of First National Bank. Remember to share the live this morning. This morning as our special guest, we have at 8:30 this morning. Our special guest will be
Mr. Huggins,
Conroy Huggins. Thank you. I almost said Corey. Conroy Huggins, the NDP's candidate for Central Leeward. Yeah, that's a paid interview that will take place this morning at 8:30. At 7:45 this morning, should have started from the beginning. At 7:45 this morning, we've got Council joining us. 7:45. Hey, Shady Live, please. Shady Live, come on. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. You got things this morning. Before we get to Council at 7:20 this morning, we've got the Marshal, CN Marshal, joining us at 7:20. That will be soon. At 7:45, Council Jomo Thomas. At 8:15 this morning, we've got Chevron Macmillan, the press officer from the Prime Minister's office, Candyman. He'll join us at 8:15 this morning. And as I said a bit early, at 8:30 this morning, we have the special paid interview. I'm going to say pay because, people don't stop already. How they chop it. Yeah, we got a paid promotional paid interview with Mr. Conroy Huggins. I got it right, not Corey. Conroy Huggins, the candidate for the NDP, representing. He's gonna be throwing his hat in the ring. He's thrown his hat in the ring in the Central Leeward constituency, and we continue to go right along until he'll be with us until the end of the program. But at 9:45, we have Dr. Richards. All right, so that's how we're lining up this morning. So you know how it goes this morning. While we wait to get into the first segment with the Marshal, there have been some stuff that I wanted to talk about for a while, and I couldn't get to talk about them because it's been so busy around here with events happening. So many things been happening. Of course, the big topic is still emancipation cricket. That's a big topic that's still being discussed. The last night I heard a program with the emancipation cricket still being discussed. So that is still emancipation is an entire month of activities, okay? Just to let you know that emancipation is an entire month of activities. Yeah? So that is still the big topic. But you know me already, I just change things. I change things. That's how I stay. Yeah? I change things. I set the pace. So if I want, I can change the whole topic of the day. I can change the whole talking point for the nation if I want. Maybe I should just do that this morning. Yeah? And I keep saying, let us remember not to forget the man in North Leeward who having orgasm still. He's still sweeping things down there. Like he's sucking literally the stones out of North Leeward. Sucking the stones out of North Leeward, literally. Yeah? And so we've got that we've got to remember to deal with. Sandals is on my radar as well too. Yep, Sandals. Yeah, the new hotel Sandals that they on my radar. Oh yeah, especially in this month of emancipation. Sandals is on my radar. And I will tell you why they are on my radar. I will start by showing you why they are on my radar. Can't ask Shady to pull it up because I know you didn't tell me you don't know it, you never got it. So I'm gonna have to look for it myself because I got it and I sent it to him. You think you could find it over there? Yeah, an interview. Huh? I'm done. I have scrolled down. Where is it? I know where is it? I sent it to you to upload. Where is it? Huh? I'm not hearing you. Yeah. I got something I want to play with Sandals. Here's this one. I need you to listen to this. Alright? Now first of all, Sandals being in St. Vincent, and we've got the best Sandals in the world, Sandals Hotel in the world in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Yeah? Let's just establish that. Let's just put that out there. Only. We've got the best Sandal Hotel in the world.
I was there for my birthday.
You were there for your, and yes, Shady was there for his birthday. That makes it even better. Yeah? That makes it even better. And he didn't invite me. He didn't invite me. He had a birthday party and he didn't invite me at Sandals. Yeah? How was it? It was good?
Yeah, Sandals is really
Sandals is really, it's the thing, right? Yeah. And with Sandals comes a number of other things. With Sandals comes marketing for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. With Sandals come more people knowing about St. Vincent and the Grenadines. With Sandals come international airlines coming to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And with Sandals, there comes other things. And I don't know if we are going to be immune from Sandals and what has taken place in the other islands in which Sandals have got their hotels in operation. I don't know if it's going to be different here, but I would share one story with you. And I don't know because the government have not said anything about what the arrangement is with regard to Sandals. We know that they've got some with duty-free concession. I don't know how much duty-free concession they've got, but I know that they've got some duty-free concession. But I want you to listen and look at this. Now, you've got to come on the live. It's something that you got to look at, all right? You got to look at it, all right? You will hear it, but it's best if you look at it. Sandals operation in another destination in the Caribbean. And what the Prime Minister of that island has said recently about Sandals and the way they operate. Now, if you know the islands in the Caribbean, and if you know the leaders in the Caribbean, you know that there is one leader who's not going to just sit back and keep him out closed and just don't say nothing. You know that there's a leader in the Caribbean that will come out and he will talk whatever he wants to talk and he ain't gonna hold it back. Right? You know who that leader is. Alright? And this is him talking and complaining about Sandals. And when I say Sandals, I mean Sandals, the hotel, the resort, the all-inclusive resort. Right? And I'm just saying, I'm just putting us some warning, I'm just hoping that we don't have that problem, this problem in St. Vincent and the Grenadines with Sandals. Gotta come on the live, share the live, share the live. Share the live before I play it, share the live before I play it. Share the live before I play it. Now some people are gonna say, oh, it's bringing down the country. Well, those of you who are saying so, fire for you. Go to hell. I don't care. That's my job as a member of the fourth estate. Go to hell. Those of you who say who are going to say, oh, it's not good. Go to hell. And if you know where hell is, you and your great uncle go to hell. Thank you, please. I'm gonna play this Shady Life, Shady Life. Listen to this.
Take care of hotels here. You have staff who deserve a good pay. You have the government that ought to get its fair share of taxes. You cannot just concentrate exclusively on exploiting concessions and to push governments into the ground. You all need to stop it. That kind of model, it is a slave model. It's a colonialistic model that does not work for the Caribbean people. You need to step up. And I expect a brand like Sandals, that we all admire as a Caribbean brand, should feel proud that we're making a significant contribution to government revenues, and should feel proud that your workers can earn enough money to get a mortgage, to own a decent home, a decent car. Not just about you expanding while others are struggling. We can't even attract locals to work in the hotel sector because of the pay so small. While you're making tens of millions of dollars every year out of each of these small economies. And then every time there's a little assessment about your taxes, you come with all kind of reasons why you should not be paying and challenging inland revenue. I'm tired of it. When it comes to that now, if you can't ensure that there's an equitable dispensation going forward where everybody benefit, if you just Sandals alone to benefit, well, take your hotel elsewhere. And I'm dead serious. And I don't want this matter to end up in the public domain like the last time. Because, you know, I don't want to fight with you all. I want to fight with nobody. But you're overdoing it. I was shocked when, Inland Revenue said to me that they're not cooperating. They want to take out all kind of deductions out of the ABST. They're paying it now. They're collecting the ABST from their customers. But at the same time, remember, they get all the corporation taxes off.
So
and the little ABST.
What would they pull from that?
Boy, they put all kind of something in there about they advertise this and that cost and all kind of foolishness. I am just tired of Sandals. Tired of them. Tired. And again, as I said, I really don't necessarily want this matter to become a big public spat. But if it ends up being in a public spat again, if it's one man, they're not going to recoil from any fight with them in the interest of the people of Antigua and Barbuda. There's me. And they ought to know that. And I hope they don't try and test me. So y'all need to settle up y'all bill. We need monies to fund the country. And stop fighting inland revenue. And it's not me who tell inland revenue to go do an assessment, yeah? They did it on their own volition. But at the same time, Sandals just continue to play these games. And we know what these hotels do to you now. So, you know what they do, for example? So bad-minded and greedy. If, for example, a tourist pays $1,000 a night, you know what they do? They have all kind of middle company in the United States and so on. So by the time they report the money, you report half. So you get instead of getting your 17% ABST on the 1,000 and get $170, they get in half if you're lucky. I mean, y'all got to stop it. And the believers are always stupid, you know. Bad-mindedness. So it's like the government not supposed to get nothing. They must get everything. And you know the last situation we had with them. And then on top of that, they had an agreement with the farm administration to hold on to 65% of the ABST. Not their money, you know. And then when we negotiate to them and say to them, hey, you can't do that. It's not your money, it's trust money that you're holding on behalf of the state. They ridicule me up and down the Caribbean saying I'm removing concessions. Government taxes can be, they're collecting on behalf of government, can be any concession. And the thing is, you know, they can't do that in countries like the United States because they'll go to jail. But they feel that, you know, Caribbean countries are small and powerless. And you know what they keep doing? As soon as they have a dispute with them, they threaten to shut down the hotel. And if you notice that, remember they did the same thing too? Talk about they're going to do repairs, do certain, and in fact, the last time they did that, you know, you think they did any substantial repairs? They must have changed the color of the building at the time. I mean, come on, man. All of us are stakeholders. Be reasonable. You can't want
That dropped out. That's Gaston Browne, Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda. In this month of emancipation, don't care how old that video is. I saw my partner, they just sent me a message. In this month of emancipation, we have to protect ourselves. Our government has to protect itself, and our government has to protect its people. And it's not just Sandals. There are other big corporations like Rainforest that is on my radar as well too. And I got a big story to drop on Rainforest. Like Rainforest, which is connected in some way to Sandals. And you heard Gaston Browne talk about they're linked with different companies and shell companies and all of that. Like Rainforest, who came into St. Vincent on an arrangement that they were going to buy fish and export, but instead they're buying and selling to the local market and putting other people, lots of people, the business, the fisher folk, fishermen and fisherwomen, putting them out of business because you can't compete with Rainforest, as Rainforest have got so much concessions. You can't compete with Rainforest. You just cannot. And now, what is happening in the market, the fish that you're buying and that you think you're getting that are local fish are not. That's fish that's coming from Venezuela. And I don't know if a lot of people know that the fish that they're eating right now are fish that coming from Venezuela. Because Rainforest, you see the structure that they're building out there now? That is right on the road. That planning probably ain't see, because nobody from planning ain't drive by there and see the closeness of the building to the sidewalk. You see that building? You know what that is for? That is also like a mini fish market from Rainforest. You go in the supermarket, you're finding Rainforest selling pigtail and all. In the supermarkets in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Pigtail and pigfoot and chicken foot. And as Gaston Browne say, we cannot allow these institutions, these big corporations to take advantage of us. Because they can't do it in the United States of America, but they do it with us because they feel that we're small. Yes, we want them. Yes, we need them here. Yes, we're happy to have them. But have a heart. Don't take advantage of us because you think we need it. The people need it. So therefore, if they need it, well, we could do what we want. And as I say, I do not know what is the present situation with Sandals and the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And I hope that it's a good situation. And I hope that we don't end up like what Gaston Browne said just now. In this month of emancipation, let's see. Listen, if this is not the marshal, we're waiting on the marshal. Good morning. Yeah. We're waiting on the marshal. So no cause. We're not going to accept any cause unless it's the marshal. It's his time. So please clear the line. Those of you who call in. We're waiting on the marshal. Okay? It's his time now. It's 7:22. He should be calling. He should have been calling already. Yeah, he should have been calling already. Okay, this is him calling here now. Here we go. Let's go. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Marshall.
Good morning, Benny. Good morning.
You're breaking up there. You're cracking up there a little bit.
And Shady, listen, man. I'm glad you were able to experience Sandals. I've not been able to as yet, but I'm glad he didn't invite Bing. I'm glad he didn't invite Bing. You have to know who you carry behind you when they're going out. You understand? You can't carry anybody behind you for impacting you.
And I want to wash my foot. Morning, buddy. Morning.
Morning. Now, listen, that discussion that you're having that comes out of the statement from Gaston Brown is a discussion that must be had because I believe that foreign investors that are necessary for many things in our country, assisting in the development, private-public partnership is important. But I do believe, as Gaston says, Private Brown is saying, that it must be done in a reasonable, fair, and equitable manner. And that's a discussion that I want us to have absolutely in the public regarding all investment that are foreign. And even big, because there are local investors who treat our intentions equally as horribly or even more horrible than foreign investors. But that's not what I wanted to touch on this morning. I wanted to, and I'm glad to say that the ECF discussion to continue, and I want it to continue because the way Vincent owned that festival was remarkable, and I want him to continue to own it because it's ours, it's we.
Okay.
But I just wanted to talk a little bit this morning about exactly the purpose, foundation, and objective of all of these discussions. You see, ultimately, we are discussing all of these things as part of public policy. And the government and the idea is whether or not the public policy as implemented by our government result in the advancement, the improvement, the development of our country in a manner that also sees the ordinary Vincentian, and I use the word ordinary loosely, it's all about the ordinary, but the regular man, the working class of this country, benefiting and being able to be elevated and improving their standards of living. Now, for some reason, you do not like comparison. And it's interesting because in any university, as part of an intellectual program of study, any program of study, you have various comparative studies. You'd have comparative politics. You'd have comparative social enterprise and different comparative areas of study because we understand the value of comparison. Now, in this country, there are two sets of people, broadly speaking, for this particular discussion I'm having. There is a group of people who were born in the 1970s, 80s, 60s, who survived 17 years of the New Democratic Party administration and are also living under 24 years of the ULP governance. And they are able to assess comparatively the impact and benefits or what have you, whatever word you want to use, of both administrations. Because they lived, they worked, they understand what happened between 1984, some time even before that, from 1979 when we got independence, and they're still alive today. And there are those who have no idea of anything before Ralph Gonsalves. Now, in that group of people, there's also a division, a subset. There are individuals who were born in the 1990s. And so the limited time that they lived under the NDP administration, they do not have a full appreciation of what was happening. They were young, they were 6, they were 8, they were 11, and so forth. And so, no awakening to politics. They just went to school, happy-go-lucky children, and so forth, so that they cannot really speak politically or even socially as to the impact of policy. But then there's another group, like my daughter, for example, born in 2001, who know nothing at all, who only know Ralph Gonsalves. Now, the second group, which consists of those two subgroups, have grown up accustomed to one thing and one thing only. And so it's like someone who they're giving them it's below, and they travel or they go by somebody else's house and they eat a different meal You might want to think, well, but this pillow thing is really rubbish in a jet because look over there is boil up. Over there is white rice and red beans and so forth. Because they don't know. But you being with your extensive palate, who has had white rice and red beans, who has had boil up, who has had pillow, can be able to say, well, boil up ain't a bad thing maybe on a Saturday only. On a Saturday. But every day, nah, it ain't sustainable. Beans ain't too bad for Sunday. But it's not something I could eat every day. And that's just put a very basic analysis. People can do with it whatever they want. It is people like you and I, be. Possibly Shady, possibly Fuji. They are teachers, they are nurses, they are policemen, they are public servants, they are people in the private sector who are in a position to say, listen, I was alive, I worked, I lived, I survived. Because what is happening now is that the new Democratic Party administration is coming to this intention, all of us, all two groups, Group 1 and Group 2 with its subcategory, and saying, let's put us in place and we will make things better because this what is happening now is failing. But people like me, but say, well, hold on. When you're failing, because I can tell you what we had, and I can tell you what exists, and I can tell you what is happening now since the US got into office. So here's the story. This used to happen, but it's happening now. But Bing go like that. Bing asked me, why do I go back? Why do I go back? Because I have to. I was listening to Black song the other day, Bear Your Grind. And I believe Black Ibu sang that song maybe 98, 89. Those who are really calypso aficionados might be able to correct me better. It's not a year, it's 6 years. And when you listen to that song, you will hear some of the things that Black Ibu was complaining about under the NDP administration. And there was a line in it where he talked about cutting the poor relief, as we call it, public assistance. Public assistance high and so on and so on. Bear your grind. That policy has not changed under this. You will tell me, Bing, that it's a new kind of guys. It's a new kind of guys and so on. That policy has not changed. The NDP, members of the NDP have gone into Parliament repeatedly and said to you that the public assistance is too high. The number of people on public assistance is too high. Can they work? Now, mind you, on public assistance, you are old people. The elderly. You have children and so on who have been assisted with things like transportation and so on. But I have heard, and I can call names of parliamentarians who have gone and said, send them to work. I think the phrase that Israel Bruce borrowed from Ronald Reagan was to turn welfare to warfare. A beautiful phrase coined by Ronald Reagan, or at least used by Ronald Reagan, that Israel Bruce thinks can be transplanted to a scenario without impact. And when you look at what that policy entails, people may not know. So I could tell them this morning, in 17 years of the NDP, they raised the public assistance once from $50 to $60. They came into office in 1984.
Here we go.
They met the public assistance at $50. And when they left 17 years later, it was $60.
Here we go.
No. The ULP, it's all right. What people want to hear. Now, the ULP, over that same period of 17 years, I'm not even talking about 25, 24 now, raised the public assistance about 3 times during that period. Overall, it's probably been raised about 4 or 5 times. I can't give you the exact thing. But what used to be $60 in 2001 is now $250, some people getting $300 and so on, depending on the category. Significantly improved. And the NDP today, the same path that started back in 1989 as recounted by Blackie Boo, or as expressed by Blackie Boo in song, that song, listen, we got we got party today that is attacking of all things public assistance. So say that because I lived under the NDP. As a matter of fact, I started working under the NDP. So I could talk about salaries, I could talk about working conditions, I could compare them. It's not about going back.
Yes, that's what you guys do. That's what you guys do.
Yeah, don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me.
Sorry.
Thank you very much. Right. That is what you call comparative politics. You could call it comparative leadership. You could call it comparative governance. Because I'm doing actual real-life comparisons of what governance was like, of the impact of public policy under the NDP and under the ULP, so that individuals can have an understanding of from whence we came. I remember that program by Dr. Fraser for many, many years. But no, they don't understand what kind of society we're building if we're not allowed to know come from. I can't understand it. So you have very specific examples, very specific areas where we can compare. I am willing, as I've shown, entertain comparisons in areas where the record of the ULP is not where I believe it could have been. And you could ask many questions. Say, what about this? What about that? I'm going to talk about that too. But this selective situation where, for example, somebody would say, oh, let's talk about what the ULP promised and what they didn't deliver. Well, they promised it in 2001 or 2002. They didn't deliver it in 2025. And they want to talk about that. You want to go back 25 years there. But apart from that, let me now go back to talk about what the ULP, what the NDP promised for 17 years and didn't deliver at all. No. I am only willing to go back where they are only willing to go back where they consider that the ULP is still. You know, I wanted to talk about crime yesterday, but because of the ECF, I didn't. But I'll raise it.
But you won't have time this morning to talk about it. You'll have to do it tomorrow morning. You won't have time.
Not absolutely. I'm winding up now, right? So, but the point is, on every aspect, practically every aspect, if you do a comparative analysis, you know.
Hello. All right. I don't know. I think we. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I remember 2 years ago, we were shocked when there was a homicide, a shooting incident up at Uptown by the NIST. Late afternoon, early evening. Oh my God, what a thing to come to. And with every one of these things, because of the numbers, it was 5. We'd never had a situation where there were 5. And we talk about the one in Belmont again, where men went into a shop. And I cannot get accustomed to this type of occurrences in this country. And I am outraged every time. But do not like is the performative selective outrage where individuals try to play in St. Vincent and the Grenadines as if we have all of a sudden under the ULP become the wild west and people are lost and things happening that has never happened before. And I remember I asked somebody, do you know one of the most shocking, outrageous shootings that ever occurred in this country? I said, when I'm banned on a carnival Tuesday morning, walk up to a lady in fucking police and shoot and kill she dead. It wasn't fast men uptown. It wasn't fast men in Belmont. It's a man without a man in front of police, in front of the barracks, walk up to a woman and shoot, she's dead. And it wasn't well consulting power, you know. It wasn't well consulting power. And that reverberated across the country because everybody was, you know, in front of police barracks, in front of police. Listen, to talk about crime another time, but I'm saying we address things and we address things properly, then and with discussion, not with selectiveness and selective outrage. And that is my contribution today. But Bing, if you have any questions, if not, I could go.
I have questions, but I don't want to go for the time, okay? not questions, but I have
All right, no
comments.
problem. We'll talk tomorrow.
Right, I have comments. I don't want to go over the time, so I don't know if you want to stick around for me to make my comments or what. But you got a cup. We got what about another 30 seconds. All right, before your time slot ends. All right, so I'll save my comments. So until tomorrow morning. Until tomorrow morning. Yeah.
No problem.
Let me address some folks comments that I'm seeing online. Listen, you guys, this is a business, okay? It's a business. You all need to go and tell your political party what is going on. This is a business. There's nothing here. If you don't know how to do it, and with time and with evolution, you notice things are changing. So it's no longer people driving around with loudspeakers on top of the car and all that. They're using different ways to get to people. Political parties, well, this is one of the ways. So if your political party is stuck in the past, don't blame another political party for being on the radio on mornings, pushing their narratives. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that around here. Don't do that. If your fat box political party, the NDP, don't know how to do it, don't come and blame us here. Don't blame Bing. And I wonder all the time why the NDP, and please, there are people who always paint me as NDP. I am not a member of any political party in this country, and I keep saying that. I am not. I am a businessman. This is a business that is being run. When election time comes, I go into the box and I vote based on how I think I should vote, not on what you necessarily think that I will vote on and how you think that I should vote. I decide for myself based on the policies. Okay? I don't vote for nobody because all they think that, oh, I am such and I am such. Some of you saying I'm NDP, some of you saying I'm ULP. Fine for you. Go to hell and take your grandfather with you. You hear me? No. The NDP, and that's why I say in Fat Box, allows all the time, almost every morning, almost at every meeting, almost at every, you go on social media, you see them all the time. The ULP people, the ULP people who do the hack job, who do their mouthpiece, they go on social media, they come on radio almost every single living day, every morning and every day on social media, and they talk about after 25 years you let the ULP talk about, oh, what happened 25 years ago when NDP in government, but you don't want to talk about what happened when Labour Party was in government. You allow the Labour Party to talk about what happened under the NDP, but you don't remind them what happened under the Labour Party. And when Cian Marshall came on here and talked about what the amount of money he made when he was a teacher under the NDP, nobody will respond to that because nobody will pick up on it. The economy was different, scales of economy was different. And nobody will respond to it. And when Cian Marshall just said, just now there, and talked about, oh, the biggest murder that ever happened in this country is when a man walk up to someone and kill them, shot them dead in front of the police barracks. Nobody will come and rebut that and talk about how the biggest national embarrassment, the most despicable thing that ever happened in this country so far in history was under the Labour Party when the Labour Party government decided to tear gas its own people. A Labour Party government went and tear gas its own people. In America, they would say the country allowed terrorism to happen on its soil. The country, the government of the country, used terrorism to its own people, to Americans. That's what they would say. Now the Labour Party did that. Labour Party tear gas teachers, Man, woman, and some children will take gas. Oh, you don't hear that? But you allow, and you sit back and you listen and you allow, and you hear the same Labour Party talk about what happened 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Like if God started St. Vincent back then and nothing else went on before that. Like if there wasn't a Labour Party in government before the NDP 17 years ago, 25 years ago. A Labour Party was in government. And what people thought that are saying now, like Cian Marshall, what he worked for then under the NDP, ask him what people are working for under the same Labour Party before the NDP. What were people working for then? And when they talk about the conditions of the roads, now, as compared to what the NDP was, ask him what the condition of the roads then when Labour Party was in government before the NDP. When they talk about healthcare and all the things that they boast about, ask them what it was like under the Labour Party before the NDP. The biggest atrocity that was done to a people in this country was the Labour Party tear gassing its own people. The Labour Party terrorized, brought terrorism to its own people. But Cian Marshall this morning talking about a man went and shot a woman or shot somebody dead in front of the police barracks. What happened under the Labour Party? Let's talk about all the things that happened under the Labour Party. The same Labour government. The same Labour government. Come to backstage. Let me calm down. Last time I carried on, so and Shady, you over there watching me. Like if come please. Come to good stuff. Come to good stuff. Is it? Yeah. Let's go. One time.
Plain talk. Plain talk with Jumo Thomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk now on OMG.
Good morning, come bring him out, please. Want to bring him front. Thank you. Good morning, Council. Thank you for coming in and saving me.
Good morning, Shady. Most of all, good morning to your listeners. Bing, what are you cussing your listeners for? They're loyal people. What are you cussing your people?
Well, you know I'm the bad man of radio, so they expect that.
They have options, you know. They don't have to listen to you.
I wonder why they still here if I'm cussing them.
Well, that's the point.
Right.
I guess they're suckers for punishment.
I'm not just cussing the listeners, I'm cussing for the party who allow a Labour government to come and talk about what happened during the days of NDP when they were in power, but they're not reminding them what happened on the Labour Party government.
But what do you have to remind them of that? Unlike some other people who want to come and spew their propaganda and say, don't interrupt me. Always know you can stop me at any time. If you think you have a question, ask me the question. I didn't come to run a screed. I came here to speak truth to power. So interrupt me anytime. Feel free to interrupt me anytime. I didn't come with a script. I came with a plan, a program. My friend Cian said that sometime in the 80s, my cousin Black Ibu did a song called Beer Your Grind. Well, actually, I got this from Ibu on Emancipation Morning up at Diamonds. He said Beer Your Grind was a song he did in 1993. But that's not the important thing. Ibu did a verse from Beer Your Grind. Now, this is 2025. Ibu comes up and he comes on after Fire Empress, who did Children of the Drum. Beautiful song. well done, well executed. And then Ibu came on, he says, somebody bring back something from Black Ibu from the day. And he did Bear Your Grind. And Ibu said, boy, the Bear Your Grind in 1993 was a different kind of Bear Your Grind. We had to, apparently Ibu was a ULP supporter, right? So having done Bear Your Grind, it wasn't a Bear Your Grind. Ibu said, boy, this Bear Your Grind is different one. But Bear Your Grind happily. He says. But I say that to say, in the voice that Ibu did for Bear Your Grind, he talked about all the issues that are happening now. High cost of living, this, that, and the other. So I'm not so sure. And maybe there's some truth to the point that you are making to opposition supporters on your program. Because last night I had Dr. Kishore Shallow on, and I attempted to ask him some very difficult questions. And at the time somebody said, get off, Drummond Trent. You know. And as the great Jeff Boycott says, I didn't come here to serve up lollipops. You know, I am not a ULP supporter, NDP supporter. I'm here, for me, as Dr. Richard Byron Cox used to say, St. Vincent is first, second, and last. There ain't nobody coming between us. It's me and St. Vincent. So, when Sian said Bear Your Grind, I really had to laugh. And he pulled out that what Ibu said that public assistance was reducing or something like that. You know the problem with ULP supporters, and a man said it to me yesterday, and it was such a brilliant thought. I told him that I would talk about it this morning. He said the ULP leadership and its supporters have a red button. And they're proud of this red button that they have. Proud. But you know what? The ULP leaders and their supporters don't have a red line. They do not have a red line. You could do any damn foolishness. My party right or wrong. So you spend $750,000 back of the envelope for a fete, a 4-day fete. And they say, next year we can spend more. Because that's what they promised to do 3 years ago when they spent $519,000 to do the 50th anniversary of CARICOM, where they paid some men come on and sing for 7 minutes, $19,000, $20,000. So we can only imagine what these guys were paid this time. $750,000, and they have nothing with that. Their leader come on and say, we put in a hook in the gill of the nation, and they will bend themselves out of like pretzels to try to, well, that's not what he meant. What the hell you mean by, if you say you can put a hook in the gill, you're tying up your country, but there's no red line. You know like how back in 1993, George Bush had said he put in a line in the sand, and if the Iraqis cross this line, it's trouble. They had a line. It reminds me like in the old days when I was a young boy when we were playing marble, and something happened, and somebody go and mark out the ring. Say, I know marble playing here today. They have no line. Now, every teacher, every policeman, every nurse, every doctor, every professional, every civil servant who support the ULP, there has been sufficient things that has happened in this country that they could easily say, enough is enough. They could easily say that because there are so many red lines that this government has passed. Cross over it. And you know why? And this is why you can't get too married to political parties. You know why they have no red line? You know why they have no defining point? You know why they have no enough is enough? Because they have lost their souls. They have sold their souls to a political party. And the sad thing is, the vast majority of them don't get anything for it. They give it all up for free. You know, it's like abuse after abuse. The government says it's going to give $25,000. Let me get this clear. They say US or EC, because last time my friend Candyman come on and said the Prime Minister said dollars. And Jomo lied. Because Jomo said the Prime Minister said US. Did he say, Bing, did you read it? How much did he say, US or EC?
Well, I know when you
Well,
say
it is
dollars,
US.
internationally around the world, when you say dollars, I know what you mean. I know
Of
what is
course.
meant. I know what is meant.
That's what my friend Ali Denny and I would say. If you say dollars, people know what you mean. And that is why I said back then that it was like a trial balloon. Let me see what they're gonna take. Right? So they announced, as part of this cricket festival, they would give $25,000 for gears to primary schools and so on. So let me be generous and say it's US dollars, because I don't know the denomination, but that says US dollars. That's like about 68,000 Eastern Caribbean dollars. Now, if you break that down for school, for primary school, and I don't know if it's just for primary school or it's for secondary school, but you know we have a fair amount of schools in St. Vincent, right? So if you break that, if it's 10 schools, that's just over $6,000 per school. If it's 20 schools, that's just over $3,000 per school. And you settle for that at a time when you're criticizing and now it's coming out what you need to make West Indies cricket great again. You spend $700,000 on a fit, but you give $25,000 for the development of cricket. And this is contrast with a situation where our cousins 25 miles up the road just give $1 million. $1 million. $1 million. I want to repeat, $1 million our cousins in St. Lucia just put into school development cricket. We did 25,000 after spending a back of the envelope number of $750,000 for a fit. And the sad thing about it is that Bing Joseph encouraged people to go to the fit. Bing said, go enjoy yourself. A wise man said, if you want to control them, give them bread and give them sports. They can't get enough bread and they will never get enough sports to satisfy them. But give them both. Give them bread and give them sports.
Can I let me interrupt you here.
And you can interrupt me anytime. I told you that.
Yes, yes, you did. But still, you know, my idea of encouraging, and I'll do it again, happen, is because cricket shouldn't have to pay for bad decisions by politicians.
But that is
And
precisely
people should not be denied of cricket because of bad decisions.
But people won't deny cricket. You think the legends of people who refuse to go or deny cricket? You think they're really
That's why I encourage the Vincentian population to go to cricket. They should go.
The people who didn't go, you think they were denied anything? Some people stayed at home, they made love, they look at TV, they went to the bar, they had a drink. You really think that they were denied something because they didn't see Fletcher score a century? When we wanted Fletcher to score a century, he didn't score it. So he come here in a goat match and he score a century and everybody say great. Red button, no demarking line, no red line. They don't have it. And that is where, and that is why our country is going deeper and deeper into a hole. I remember when the story broke that the Prime Minister was accused of improperly interfering with a police officer. I wrote a column, 2008, Justice for the Prime Minister and his accuser. When the Prime Minister announced an Emancipation Day in 2022, I think it was, that he was putting up Susan Duggan as the Governor General, I wrongly condemned that because I said you can't be talking about emancipation and holding up high a colonial legacy. Whether it's a black woman or not, it doesn't matter. It's the symbol. They don't mesh. When the Prime Minister spent $519,000 to have the CARICOM Emancipation Fete, I said, nah, we can't do that. When the NDP brought the vote of no confidence back in 2018, I fought like a horse, pointing to history, where even when the ULP had 3 parliamentarians in government, the governing NDP allowed them to debate a vote of no confidence. So I've always, I think I have a record of standing toe-to-toe, and people who know me would know that our record goes all the way back to the late 70s and 80s, when all of us used to be in ULIMO and UPM. I never left my mouth in my mother. I've always, because for me, there was always a red line. There was always a demarking point. And I remember saying in 2018, after that vote, whatever respect I had for Prime Minister Gonzalez, I lost it on that day. And that was further cemented when, in dealing with him, a man, veteran parliamentarian, comes out and says, Mr. Speaker, whatever you have in your car, speak it. Knew that none of that was proper parliamentary. And this is why I told him then that what you just did was beyond the pale. He knew it. I knew it. A lot of people did not conceptually understand what I meant by being beyond the pale. So you have to have standards. You with a man, the man beating you, you can stay with him. You with a woman, the woman butting you, leave, don't kill her. And that is what we have had. Bear your grind. Bear your grind, Black Ibu says. And Sian invokes it this morning at a time when all of the issues and more that Ibu talked about in 1993 are present and are galloping forward. Crime, cost of living, unemployment, underemployment, poverty, corruption, the criminality of the vaccine mandate, the falling infrastructure. Bear your grind. So when Sian invokes bear your grind, I am here to tell people enough is enough. Don't be no damn grind with Sian and the rest of them. Go out to the polls and say enough is enough. That's my take for this morning.
Thank you. We're out of time, and sorry I had some questions, comments, but
that's all right, man. You
It's 4 minutes after the top, so you know it is.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Until we meet again.
That'll be tomorrow morning, same time, same place. So let's go to the top, Shady. Take me away to the top.
I am going to be on assignment, so I'm not sure.
No, this is the age of technology. Your assignment, you could still come in.
I'm gonna be here tomorrow.
So I could set a spot then, because everybody's saying they want a spot now. No, you're gonna be here tomorrow morning.
I'm sure that the UL people pay big bucks for it.
Oh yes, definitely they will.
They want this price off the radio.
They'll play double 3 times the amount. Listen, Shady, say you have a song you're going to play for you. I don't know what is the song and all that, okay? So listen.
I'll stay for the song and then I'll go.
Yeah, stay for the song before you go to court. Let's go. Shady, it's just
hold on. Ben, if he's gonna play the song, I want him to also play Ginger, Never Lost My Way.
You don't know what that is.
Yes, it wasn't very well. I caught him play before.
It's 5 minutes after the top. Good morning to you, SVG and Eastern Caribbean. Let's go to and do a station ID. I'm going to do it for me. Shady say, here we go, people. Let's go. I did press it, but nothing happened. Let's go.
Wake up with the real bad man. Boom 1069, the sound setter of radio.
Ain't got no money back calling me splurge. Why me jump right off the curb?
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody. And we're telling now. Bend that over, let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 1069.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 1069.
Our world is filled with
Let me push it, push it, push it, push it, push it. I have a red button, don't make me push it. I have a red button, don't make me push it. I have a red button, don't make me push it, push it, push it,
push it, push it. Push it to the name, man. Now push it.
I be tonight. 3 times I miss sleep, I grown man. You think me been easy? Say me want me head lash up. I know you believe me. You think I been joke? Come in the party, it take me about 50 seconds before me could start.
Alright, Shady. Let me hear Ginger now. Let me hear Ginger now. You know
Mary had a little and my mommy had.
He said, don't go yet, Kong. See, you have another one. He said, you have another one too for you. Beside you have a red button.
I have a red button, don't make me push it. I have a red button, don't make me push it.
I'm looking for NDP DJ, somebody please.
Push it.
Yes, into the crowd. 6 sixes and over.
Oh Lord, somebody send me NDP DJ, please. Hey, Shady, and this one for you again to come, sir. He said this one for you again.
Nobody can hold me. Nobody can hold me out. If the children up in 6 runs, over mid wicket 6 runs, over mid arm 6 runs, over the goalie 6 runs, over mid arm 6 runs, over
Shady, Shady, I could get caught. I could get run.
Come, sir, you're live. Yeah,
right.
Shady.
I still ain't hear Ginger yet, you know, Shady. I know you can pull up Ginger. Never lost my way. Come on,
the man say he have a red button, don't make him push it, and then he said,
I want him to push it. I dare him to push it.
Push it. I dare you. I bet you don't play. Push it. Tell your boss, push it.
Never lost my way. Never turned fool when I reach the crossroad. Never lost my way. Never see the hype and get confused. Never lost my way. Never turn fool when I reach at the crossroad.
There's a song.
Never see the
Come so this is a song.
Confused, yo. I'm the element of surprise. Cities of the pity shall survive, yeah. Over the mountains I lift my voice. Angels harmonize, yo. Give them another high pitch. Light up another big split, yo. When me sing, me not rich. And the money man, I look out of this, yo. never lost my way.
This is a remix, a live remix, okay? This is a live remix by DJ Shady.
My way, never see the hype and get confused. Never lost my way, never turn fool when I reach at the crossroad. Never lost my way, never see the hype and get confused. My heart could be bitter, but I choose not to. It's love I prefer.
Go on, Shady, go on, Shady.
But I see no joy in being a killer.
I just see somebody text him. I don't know who is Candyman text him, innit? What Candyman text him and tell it to do? What Candyman text him and tell it to do, Shady?
Truth is there to be found.
I know Candyman just text him. Oh God.
Nobody can hold me out. Nobody can hold me. Nobody can hold me out. If the children up in 6 runs, over me wicked 6 runs, over me down 6 runs, over the gully 6 runs, over me down 6 runs, over long arm 6 runs, over point 6 runs, straight over.
Well, boy, if they don't pay you good, your kitty had to be proper this morning. This morning alone. Shady say he responds with his music, not with his mic. Kongsa, my DJ, I gotta ask him to change out. My DJ say he responds with his music, not with his mouth. Like you. Lord. What a response from Shady. Shady, why you did that to Kongsa? Why you did that? Put on your mic. Why you did that to Kongsa? Why you did that? Huh? Why you did that? Unmute the mic, man. Why you did that?
Is what you tell me to do.
And that is the usual excuse. Always the answer. Always the answer. And who tell you to play the six? Nobody can bowl me. Nobody can bowl me on 6 runs. Who tell you to play that too? Me too?
To hate me.
Yeah, I tell you to play that too. Yes. And did you at any time receive any text on your phone at any time at all? Did anybody text you?
Who, me?
Oh Lord. Hey, one thing I must say about these ULP people, they're real creative, eh? y'all take the price of creativity. Take the price of creativity, buddy. Y'all go on. I hope all they could take the prize for the election. I hope when the election, you see like how you're asking for it, push it, the red button, push it now. Push it. I dare you. Push it, Shady. Push it. I think that they're afraid to push it. What do you think? Anybody who want to tell me 4551069 before the Candyman come in? Just call anybody. Just call and say push it. Let me go. Let me tell them push it. 4551069. That's all they have to say. Push it. Just say push it. That's all. Nothing else. Push it. Let me get them. They put them under some pressure. Push it. I dare you. Push it. My man say you have a red button. Don't make him push it. What I mean, really? Is that a threat? Is that to say, listen, if all you only mess with me, I will push it in her. Look at that girl going. I want to get that. I want to do it. You got something as a line up? Okay. Lennon Buffett Vibes Cartel Money Max Duck.
Push it.
Hey, live mix.
Come in the party, it took me about 50 seconds before me could spot my friend. He alone had a battle of petrol, asking if me depend it. I was asking me stupidness. Mary had a little and my mommy had a rum dog. Come like think how I go up with the glass, the alcohol of me moving.
Concert
4.5, but them kind of speed it does make you crash. I could give a tutorial how to handle it if the rum was cars. 750 I made up of 6, the family size turbocharged. Hello, shadow, your
Concert!
You think I'm a little boy? I will go ahead.
Concert, Jomo Thomas!
Stop this arcade, them know say me fully done. Outside with me jiggy friend at job. Ain't nobody.
The man say what? The man say?
So you know me active. I jam in another girl. I say nobody could stop this arcade. Nobody could stop this app.
Nobody could stop what? Concert!
I have a red button, don't make me push it. I have a red button, don't make me push it. I have a red button, don't make me push it. Push it.
Shady, I know the man going to come in and carry on with this now either. I know you're going to come in and carry on with this now either. Yeah? You could also have a grenade in your hand and pull the pin and leave the grenade in your hand. So be careful. Oh, Jesus, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Everybody jump. Red button, 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 red button.
Red grenade, red grenade. Pull the pin and keep the grenade in your hand. Careful, careful, careful. Careful, you don't pull the pin and keep the grenade in your hand. In a red grenade, red grenade, red grenade, red grenade, red grenade. Bonnet, oh my darling, Bonnet, my baby Bonnet. Good morning, darling.
Good morning, Big. Push it.
Push it. Push it. Push it. Bonnet, say push it.
Right now.
The man say
Morning, Shady.
No, but listen, you in thing with Shady and Candyman too, are you? You Shady Candyman see
No.
You
I'll say good morning. I'll say good morning, Shady, but I'm not into the Shady.
you know, okay. But you are you push the button? You are the push the button.
Yes, I want the button to be
You
pushed.
are the button push. All right, thank you, darling. Hey, listen, Lyndon Biffett. Let me go. Let me go. It's now time for that angry fella. Lyndon Biffett, Vibes Cartel Money. McDuck James. It's now time for you to call your partner. Yeah, you had two jobs. You had one last week and you messed that up. And when the weekend came, you got another job and you messed that up too. You went and McDuck. So what we going to do? We're going to curry the duck? Lyndon Biffett, James, he's here. Oh, Lyndon Biffett, he did the job on time. He's here. He did the job on time. Lyndon Biffett, Vibes Cartel Money, Biffett, James, McDuck. Oh, gosh. Maybe I should go outside.
Let me go, Shady. Let me go. Push it.
Push it. Yeah, I knew this was going to come in.
Let me go, comrade. Comrade Shady, good morning. Good morning, my comrade. Good morning. Push it.
Lord have mercy. God. My doctor told me.
Oh, man.
My doctor told me I should stay away from distress. I don't know.
Right, Bing Joseph. Good morning. How are you doing?
Don't speak to me. You're the one that my doctor told me to stay away from you. My doctor told me to stay away from you.
I hear you cussing with your fellow party supporters this morning. I hear you cuss one another. God, boy.
My doctor told me you're the cause of my problems. You don't call my name.
Me?
Yes.
Me?
He said you're the cause of my problems. All the problems I have in my life. You're the cause of it, he said. He said you. So let me hear it from you. Don't talk to me. Talk to your comrade Shady.
Well, I wouldn't doubt the doctor and I cause him plenty problem for NDP people. Yes, problem.
Why did you text him and tell him to play red button and with the other one named 6 runs and all that? Why you did that? Why is it? What is your problem with Kongsi really? You hear Kongsi talk anything? You had to come in. You couldn't come in with Kongsi, but you had to send Shady to respond to Kongsi. Why are you such an evil person? Why are you so evil? Jesus, how they make you?
I fed up see people laugh at Jomo. I fed up. I fed up see people laugh at Jomo. Jomo Thomas is the biggest laughing stock in this country. Oh Lord. You gotta come every so often you gotta come on radio to try to, make people feel sorry for him. To try to claim that he's this different person that everybody knows he is. That's why people don't study Jomo, because whatever comes out of his mouth is a totally different thing than what he does, So this morning he's trying to portray himself as this person who was always fighting against ULP and so on. He gone back to 2008 and before he was fighting against ULP. But it's 2015 he run for Labour, 2015 he monked the platform all over the country and proclaimed that Ralph is the greatest thing that ever happened to Simmons and Grenadines, and Labour is the best, and NDP is the worst. Where was Friday when Jomo was on the platform, right, proclaiming that Ralph is the best and NDP is the worst? Where was Friday? Friday was in opposition. Actually, he was in NDP. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. In 2015, when Jomo was all over parading, campaigning, and telling people door to door, man, don't bother with them NDP, them worthless, the lazy bunch of jokers. They ain't got no good policies. Where was Sinclair Leacock? He was in the same opposition. It's the same man them, you know, that Jomo run down. The same man them. The same men that he run down. Nature, Leacock, Cummings, all of them. Same guys them he run down. He tell you they're the worst. They're lazy. He said the worst things about them. Now he praising them because he wants to find favor with them. Same thing he did with Ralph. Same. I I don't know. Jomo is the only person. Jomo Thomas is the only person who does not realize that people have picked up on his game. People don't figure you out long time. That's why them not study you. That's why you could come and read it for 2 weeks straight and beg them not to go to cricket and they still come and fill up the place. They not study you. So when you come and beg them to vote for NDP, same thing going to happen again, man. You know what you say? No, that's all not study. I fed up see people laugh at you, man. That's it. And then he comes and say, oh, what you say this morning? Anyway, this morning I want to read something I saw that we should have some concerns about. It's an article from Reuters. I don't know if you've seen this article, Bing, but somebody sent it to me this morning. And I read it. It's actually from yesterday. Washington Post, August 4th. The United States could require bonds of up to $15,000 for some tourists and business visas under a pilot program launching in 2 weeks. That's according to a government statement. This is from from Reuters. By the way, I just want to say that dollars here is obvious. That is US. I heard Jomo this morning. I want to tell you, I fed up to people laugh at Jomo. I had two young ladies. I was giving them a ride this morning when Jomo was on. The eldest was, because I asked them the ages. The eldest one, 23, and the younger one, 17. And when Jomo said, you know, the Prime Minister said dollars, and that means US, the two of them burst out laughing. Would you imagine that a 17-year-old, when I tell you I fed up, see people laugh at Jomo. 17-year-old is listening to you on the radio and bust out laughing. Ask them why they laughing. And the elder one said, well, it must be easy. We don't live in the US. When we say dollars and cents, we mean easy. If you live in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, if you live in Trinidad, and somebody says you go to buy the doubles, and they tell you $20 for your doubles, it ain't gonna be US. It's TT. But here comes the great Jomo Thomas, our greatest attorney in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You have a 17-year-old who got more sense than you, who understands that if the Prime Minister says $750,000, you mean easy, and it can't be US. Yeah, we don't live in the US. And if it means US, he will specify US dollars. And if you go down the road, if you go by the chicken truck at Heritage Square, and you call for a big wings and fries, and they tell you $15, it ain't going to be US. Just wanted to put that out there. But they're saying $15,000. This would obviously be US because it's the United States government. Just trying to help Jomo here because you can tell he needs help. You know, he's really stretching these days. He's really clutching at straws. The story goes on to say, effective August 20th, A new visa program will last for approximately a year. The government notice said consular officers will have three options for visa applicants subjected to bonds: 5,000, 10,000, or 15,000, but will generally be expected to require at least $10,000. It said the funds will be returned to travelers if they depart in accordance with the terms of visas. That's according to the notice, right? Um, Countries will be identified based on high overstay rates, screening and vetting deficiencies, concerns regarding acquisition of citizenship by investment without a residency requirement, and foreign policy considerations, as according to Reuters. It goes on to say a number of other things, but I think that's something that we should keep in our consideration for the coming months. Intend to go into effect in August, which we're in August now. I just want to put that out there. You have any questions for me, Bing?
No, not at this moment.
No. Wow.
Yeah,
You have any comments? You have any comments? I already
not
tell
at this
Sian this
moment.
morning you have comments.
No, I know. Well, there are a lot of people who were making comments and thing on the live with regards to what you're saying, but
Oh, them
yeah,
crazy
I
internet
don't.
crazies.
I
Them internet crazies. A whole bunch of
I am not
I
going to. I am not going to be
I
part of you on that. The
you know,
doctor told me you're the
Bing.
problem. That
You know
you what caused
them
my
people there,
problem. So
them people there on your live, right? That let's be in the comment section. I am so amused every time I hear them tell Ralph he's old and it's time to go home. Because a bunch of old people, that don't have no life at all. Them ain't got no life, them ain't got nobody love them, they ain't got nobody, who feel like they want to waste any time on them. If them people they ain't ever come in that comment section, they would die, they would drop down dead. Like the lifeline this morning. I am their lifeline. They need me. They need to be able to come on and
oh
cuss me.
my God,
If I
help me
didn't come on in the
please.
morning, so they could cuss me. Them will drop down dead. I'm a real doctor, I'm a real life doctor. I am their bloodline. I giving them energy
Lord
this morning.
help me
I give them
please.
strength, health and strength.
Lord help me
All I
please.
ask God to bless me with some more long life and health so that I could keep all your life. I keep all it going. Ralph too. Ask Ralph for it because Lord God. Where's the old people? I call people old. Lord God.
So
Anyway,
now that all of the
the port
you asked.
is
Oh, well, I was just gonna ask you. I was just gonna ask you about
the
that.
port is
Wow.
the port is scheduled to sink in 2 weeks.
I was gonna ask you if you have a
Why the trip take a
timeline
date?
as
I'm
yet
telling
because
you, the
I
port
asked you already and you couldn't give me an answer. You said that you'll get back to me. No,
if you have a timeline for what?
for the finishing the completion of the port. Now I decided to ask her. I said, "Wow, okay,
October.
he's going to answer me." No, here we go. No, the
October.
port will sink in 2-3 weeks. October.
Yeah, October. Yeah,
Okay,
well,
October.
the contractors are saying that they will finish it in October, but we all know that they're lying. Them a bunch of liars. They think it's sinking in 2 weeks.
When is the port going to be
Yeah.
handed over to the
Sensible people
government
know that.
officially? It will be finished. When
October.
is it going to be commissioned, handed over to the government?
October, I just told you. That's what
October.
they are
No,
saying. I'm telling you what the contractors are saying. They're saying October, but I'm also telling you that sensible people know that port is sinking in 2 weeks.
oh gosh. So that will be part of the elections event of the calendar
Or it
event.
could be an election and it's going to sink. Yeah, what kind of
So
nonsense is
so
this?
so like the AIA, we can expect. Well, I mean, be careful
Well,
how much people all they
well,
carry on the port to have.
the bridge
Be
wash is laid.
careful. Be careful how much people all they put on the port, you know. Because
No,
I know a big
yeah.
rally. I know a big
No,
rally going to
we
be on the
can't.
port. I know a big
No, but
rally going on the port. Be careful, you know. All right.
we're gonna have to use boats because
It will
the
sink.
port would have already sunken. Yeah. So we go on boats around the area where
Uh,
it sank
an
and
employee,
just
no, on a
have a
serious
big
note, an employee of the port told me All right.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't want to say which department he's working in, but this is serious. I'm very serious. On Saturday, that he works at the port, and there are times in the department that he's working, what he's doing specifically, that there are movements. All right, constantly, whenever he's doing what he's doing in the area in which he's working. All right,
Mm-hmm.
and he said that he was concerned about that. And I don't know if I say what he does, if it may put him into jeopardy or not, but he said that, and that's the honest to God truth. All right, I can't take any calls when there's a segment going on, so please stop the call, stop calling. Yeah, that's what an employee told me on Saturday. All right, so that's what I had to say. Any response? Hello? Oh, you dropped out. Oh, you dropped out, and he's calling back. Yeah. Oh, that was you dropped. You dropped out. Hello. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. You dropped out at that. You that was you
Yeah,
calling back. Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know what
yeah,
happened there.
yeah. All
The
right.
last
Well,
thing I heard you say was that this employee told you that there's movement.
yeah, yes. There's a movement. How is
Yeah.
the
Well,
clutching and
that's the
the
sinking. That's the sinking taking place.
you go
It's
on
going down.
you go and call you go and
Play,
call
play,
Wolf. You go and call Wolf.
play,
I
play,
know you have a
play,
red
play
button.
shady.
Play
Play
it
shady.
shady,
Play
play
shady.
shady, play shady.
Captain, it's going down. It's going down.
I know you have a red button there now. And
The
don't let
port,
you push
the,
it.
Bing, Bing,
Careful.
the port got wheel pussy. The
Careful, you
port
don't
going
have a
sink. The
red
port got wheel
grenade.
pussy.
Careful, they don't have a red grenade and they pull the pin and keep your grenade in your hand. Careful. Careful.
Grenade and all we got. Remember, we got what? Chest, you know. And a grenade and all we got.
Well,
We got
I
everything
saw
in here.
somebody
Rocket
on the live
launcher.
talking about the watches too.
Weapons.
How is Comrade Julian coming
Yeah,
along?
and
How is Comrade
he's
Julian
great,
coming
man.
along?
He's good. He's great. He's great.
Great. All right, good.
He's By the way, the loving, kind and gentle people in the NDP had the thing like Cummins again on the weekend where they were stoning Ralph. You get prize.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah. I heard Jomo said he was there and he delivered speech. I doubt anybody listening. I doubt anybody knew he was there.
I have a serious question for you. This $100 million that the
No.
government is requesting.
I'm not finished making that point. When I finish, I'm not finished making that point.
You don't want
So
to
they
that.
had this thing where they gave prizes to people for they put up a photo of the prime minister, an image of the prime minister, and they give prizes to people to stone it, see if they could bust his head and see if they could hit him in the mouth. That is the level to which the NDP has sunken, and this is not the first time they've done it. They do it consistently, the same exact thing. They do it consistently year on year, every emancipation, when they have this event. And nobody is speaking out against it. Everybody thinks it's funny. Well, I'm going to tell you something this morning. I condemn all election violence, all violence, specifically now since we're getting into the election period. And we in the ULP condemn all election violence of any kind against anybody. Do not condone it. And we strongly condemn it. Now, I will say this. When you energize those elements within your party, turn on the music a little bit for me. When you energize those extremists in your party to carry out those kinds of acts, do not for one instance believe that you alone, that extremist amongst you, and people on the other side will not need to be told what to do. They will see what you do and they will retaliate. And all of us are human beings. and all of us bleed. So when you want to shed blood, what people are saying, when you dig hole, dig two.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
I
We gotta
want to
go.
remind them of that.
Got you. We gotta go. We gotta pay it. We gotta pay it. Interview. Got you. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Appreciate it.
buddy.
All right. Thank you.
What the nose?
Your mouth and a red button and a red grenade with pin.
Push it. Push it.
Push
Push
it.
it. Push it. The boat's sinking. Push it. Push it.
Hey, listen, don't forget, remember, if you are looking for some good breakfast this morning, yo, there's only one place you can go, and that is at Chill Spot. Yeah, man. Chill Spot Bar and Grill. If you're craving for something good for your breakfast, after you done listen to all of that coming down from starting from Sian to Jomo and the Push It Man, you really would need something proper in the stomach to eat, all right? Whether you are in the mood for a healthy breakfast or a satisfying lunch or hearty, yeah, or just a quick bite, Chill Spot serves up exactly what your heart desires. Yeah, all day, every day, any time of the day, any time of the night until 2 p.m. 2 a.m. that is. Start your morning right with the crowd favorite breakfast menu. On that menu, you can get the mouth-watering sandwiches topped with fresh garnishes to traditional favorites like eggs. You know, the traditional breakfast like eggs, bacon, and all that. Those kind of things. Codfish, corned beef, yeah, and bakes. We were just talking about that yesterday. We say it's been a while since I've had corned beef. Yeah, I can do it some of that. Yeah. Enjoy it all with your choice of refreshing juices, rich coffee, and the tea. Remember, they have a bush tea out there for everything. You have a bush tea out there. If you're worried about the red button, there are bush tea out there. They have bush tea out there if you're worried and you're concerned about the port sinking. They have a tea out there for that too. Yeah? They have a tea out there for everything. A bush tea. Seed on the leaf, under my life, with the rest. Part of my life, all of that. Yeah? All of the traditional teas out there. Cinnamon, rich cinnamon. You can get all those teas. Also coffee as well too. And hot chocolate. You can get it at Chill Spot. Yeah? Lunchtime craving? Yeah, they've got you. Yeah. Covered with flavorful chicken and shrimp pasta. My gosh, yeah. Tender roasted chicken and pork. Yeah, man. That's what we're talking about, the Shady. Where we heading for lunch?
Chill Spot.
Definitely. If you want to meet us there today for lunch. And local seafood delights like codfish and blackfish, all perfectly paired with your sides. Yeah, like rice and peas, seasonal vegetables and other vegetables that are in season. Yeah, plantain. Well, the car lunch. You can't say there ain't no planting in there now. You can't say planting in there because you can't get planting in country because planting they all by the side of the road. You can't say can't get planting in there. Chill Spot. Anytime you go by Chill Spot, they will always have planting because they can't see the car getting planting. Because planting, they share with the government sharing planting just so. Well, the bad minded and the bad mind land, so they might not. But anyway, you go get some planting from somebody. Fry or however you want it. Yeah? Fry or steamed, you can get planting. Or breadfruit. Yeah, is available at Chill Spot. In the mood for something quick and tasty? Yeah. Check out their bar menu featuring crispy fries, juicy wings, chicken tenders, fish fingers, and their signature crust pizza. And if you don't know what thin crust pizza is, they have a tea out there for that too. If you don't know what thin, Pressy morning buddy, morning my buddy Pressy. Yeah, he doesn't know what thin crust pizza is. Pressy, did you go and get the tea? There's a tea out there for that if you don't know what that is. Chill Spot and Grill. Taste different. Stay for the vibes. Yeah? They open daily from 7 a.m. So they would have opened for their breakfast menu already until 2 a.m. Located in Arnesville on the VG. Everybody know just what I don't have the menu for what is the special for the day today. Yesterday's special was cow heel soup. I don't think that would be on the menu for the special today, but I'll try to get that what the menu for the special of the day today is. But what we're gonna do, we got our special guest inside, Mr. Conroy Huggins. He's already in the building. Let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come back with Conroy Huggins from the candidate, the NDP's candidate for Central Leeward. So let's take that commercial break and come right back right here on OMG in the morning. Let's do this. Why is it not being done when I try to do it? Let's go. You see, there we go. It's not being done. So there we go.
It doesn't matter your race. Let's go. Boom 106.9, the sound setter of radio.
Young got no money back calling me splurge. Why me jump right off the curb?
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody. And we're telling all. Bend that over. Let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 106.9.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 106.9.
She's got the grace, the charm, the sea. It's time to shine, it's Miss SVGT. Style and smarts, she wears the crown. Rising stars from every town. Poise, power, beauty, and dream. All come alive at Miss SVGT. Come feel the magic, come feel the vibe. Support your queen, the future's bright.
Let's go! Boom 106.9, the sound setter of radio.
Young got no money back calling me splurge. Why me jump right off the curb?
New year, different
We
lane.
gon' spin and kill everybody. And we're telling all. Bend that over. Let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 106.9.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 106.9.
You're watching IKTV, channel 112. It's all about you.
For that.
For 40 years, we've refined the rhythm of beer, mastering the balance of bold and smooth, crafting flavors that echo through SVG. Between the limes and the laughter, we've carried our expertise across the Caribbean, one brew at a time, perfecting the process, deepening the craft, learning what makes beer not just tasted, but felt. And now, with all that we've learned, we bring you what's next. The next wave of refreshment, the next chapter in our story, the next taste to define a generation, not just another drink. This is the extension of who we are, the next experience, the next icon, imagined and brewed right here at home. It's not just what's next for us, it's what's next for you. Choose what's beyond expectations. Own it. Define it. Make your mark. Hyrule next. This is the extension of passion, of possibility. Hyrule next. The future of beer. Made in St. Vincent and the Grenadines by the hands that have mastered the craft for 40 years.
This isn't just a run. With each step begins a new journey. A journey of determination, persistence, and self-discovery. With each step, I embark on a quest to push myself beyond expectations, beyond standards. Each stretch, a reminder of the flexibility of the human spirit. With each step, I am breaking barriers. As I push to the finish, I'm filled with pride. Not just for what I've achieved today, but for the journey that has brought me here. This isn't just a run. It's a testament to the human spirit, and I am here for it. Island Sips. Beyond standards, beyond expectations, beyond water.
Meet Mom. She's not just the wake up at the crack of dawn, make breakfast and pack bags kind of mom. She also gets her fitness game on. Yeah, she's the don't let anyone forget anything kind of mom. At the same time, she's the runs her own business, closing deals kind of mom, who finds time to get down and boogie with the kids after school, remodel the house, bake cake, host dinner, and even play her favorite game at the end of the day kind of mom. So let's celebrate Mom, because to us, she's so much more.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. "85 years later, First National Bank.
Party time, get up.
There was a little black boy was he. The boy went to school and he come out unseen. Never learned how to read, he never learned about math. Never learned how to write, he never studied about that. All he studied was his speakers, his sneakers and clothes. He learned how to dress and he learned how to pose. He can't get no work, he can't get no job. He decide to steal and he decide to rob. But little black boy couldn't last long at all. The police put a bullet through his donkey head's skull. Little black boy, go to school and learn. Little black boy, show some concern. Little black boy, education is the key to get you off the street and off poverty. Little black boy, go to school and learn. Little black boy, show some concern. Little black boy, education is the key to get you off the street and all poverty. There was a little black boy, a rude boy was he. All the boy ambition education was to conduct a maxi. With a ring in his nose, a gold teeth in his mouth. He feel very proud when they call him a tout. So proud was the boy that the boy never learned. He could have worked hard and buy a maxi of his own. So he hustled for $1, he hustled for a smoke. He hustled so that he could buy a little coke. Now he hook on the coke and off the maxi. And one more little black vagrant in the country. Little black boy, go to school and learn. Little black boy, show some concern. Little black boy, education is the key to get you off the street and off poverty. Little black boy, think about your race. Little black boy, when will you find your place? Little black boy, go to school and learn. When you're black, you just black. You can't help but being black. But because you are black, you don't stay in the back. Be black, but the contrast. Be black, but the contrast.
Special guest is in the studio already. He's here. Our special guest this morning, Mr. Conroy Huggins, NDP candidate for Central Leeward. Shady, introduce him for me, please. Shady, introduce him for me, please. Go ahead. No. Oh, Lord. Shady, you know why we sent you that? You know what you're supposed to introduce him with? Yeah? Hold on, we got a special, we got to introduce him properly. Conroy Huggins is in the studio with us this morning. We're waiting on Shady. Hey, while we wait, just reminding you, if you haven't had your breakfast as yet, Chill Spot is the place to go to get your breakfast. If you're in the mood for a good breakfast, not if you're in the mood, you should be having a good breakfast this morning. Yeah, check out Chill Spot. They've got it all for you. Yeah, they've got the traditional breakfast. You know, the traditional breakfast, which is like eggs, bacon, and those kind of things. Yeah, or if you need some sandwiches, yeah, topped with fresh garnish to traditional flavored like eggs and bacon and codfish. Well, as you got a corned beef, don't answer. Corned beef sandwich. Well, they've got corned beef and bakes as well too. Enjoy it all with your choice of refreshing juices, rich coffee, or you have a tea for that. Whatever problem you have in your life, there's a tea for that. There's a tea for Candyman. He's my problem. There's a tea for that. Lennon Biffet Vibes, Cartel Money, McDuck James. There's a tea for you. There's a tea for you at Chill Spot. Let's go. Our special guest this morning. This is our special guest this morning. Here we go. Here we go. Stand by. Stand by. Stand by. Stand by. Stand by. Stand by. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready. The fire is here. The fire is here. The fire is here. See, if I was introducing you on your platform, the fire is here. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. As we bring to the stage the next man. The next man. Here we go. Let's go. Don't come on stage yet, but let's go. Coming to me. Then the big candidates. Here we go. Here we go. It's a new day. It's a new day. It's flowing my way. Tanya, good morning to you, darling. Central Leeward people, good morning to you. Butland Glass, good morning to you. Whoa, it's a new season. Come on. We got some information. He just told me something that you're going to talk about this morning. My God. Monk Twin, good morning to you. Bring it on down. Bring me down. Good morning, my brother. Good morning. Hold on, Shady. Oh, we got to unmute this mic. Let me unmute this mic. Hold on. Yeah, go ahead. Say it. Let me hear
Yes,
you.
good morning,
Yeah,
good
yeah,
morning.
that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Good
Yeah.
morning, big man. Good to be here with you again.
Oh man, listen. After I saw, this interview was paid for some time back, and because I've been in and out, it couldn't get done. But man, I saw you at one of the. I think it was your
Curtains Village.
Yeah, I think it was your event.
Yeah, Curtains Village.
Your launch. Launch. You had how many
Well,
launches? You had like 10 launches.
The launch was in May, but I had a first village meeting 2 Fridays ago.
Right. And you were on fire, buddy. I didn't know you had that kind of fire in you. I told Shady yesterday, man, I said, if he ain't bring the fire here, I'm bringing a coal pit and I'm pelting it after him. So you can get it.
Well, keep in mind, this is a new season.
There's a new season.
And it's new thing.
New thing.
And essentially, what we say, the thing turn up. And right now, the thing turn up.
In Central Leeway.
Come on, man.
How are you feeling? You feeling?
I'm excited. I mean, I'm refreshed, and the people in Central Leeward are just looking forward for change. This is what motivated me big. It is a change that motivated me. So it's a new season, it's a new day. Fresh anointing is coming your way. This is the year when we're gonna go out with the old and come in with the new. This is what we are all about right now. Because when you check out the NDP is a party that has been refreshed and is constantly being refreshed. So when I said last September, when I was announced in the first week in September, and Dr. Kishore Shallow came the second week, I mean, at that point, it was just a significant turning point. And right there, I announced at my first public meeting when I was just giving some greetings by Sister Chevron out in Georgetown, that the thing turned right up. And Bossman head hot up. And we have seen that. I mean, at that time, there wasn't any comment. But I knew what I was talking about because the kind of energy, that was coming forward. Though the world didn't hear it as yet, but we knew what we were bringing. So,
all right, okay.
Yeah,
so let's get started. And I don't know much about you. Shady know a lot. About I don't understand Shady. I don't know if you're getting something dropping the kitty from here or there, but I know he's a big labor man.
No. You keep branding the man as a labor man.
Shady's a labor
the man
man.
is an individual.
Shady is a labor man.
Nah, I do not know the man as a labor man.
You don't hear. He
was my former student,
that's
in
why.
Union Island.
But he's a labor man.
I know the man good.
I know he's a labor man. Shady's the first man to tell me about you,
Right.
So I don't know about you.
Right.
So I want to know about you. Who is Conroy Huggins?
Okay, Conroy Huggins was born in Barley, Curtains Village to be exact, and that's where I just had my first village meeting. Went to preschool in Botland Glass. So, I have a special connection with Botland Glass, a special connection with Curtains. And that preschool, Dogma Preschool, it's where I received that early childhood education. And then I went to both primary schools in Barley. We have 2 primary schools in Barley.
Right.
The Barley Infant School, which is now the government school,
Right.
and one that we call Top School, which is the Anglican school. So those are 2 primary schools. First, you went to the first one from infant 1 up until junior 1 or 2, and then you go up, and then I moved on to the Barley Secondary School.
Okay, and from there?
Well, from there, I worked for a couple of years. I was a teacher, worked at the Ministry of Agriculture. And then I moved on to study in Cuba back in 1999.
What did you study in Cuba?
Agriculture.
Okay.
So I'm an agronomist by training.
Oh, really?
So my first degree in agriculture. And then after that, I did 2 masters. One in project management. So I'm a project manager. I've done work for the World Bank. I've done work for the United Nations.
Really?
Yeah, man. The FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization. I've done consultancy work for both of them. Yeah. And
you got a lot under your belt. I didn't know all of this.
Yeah, man. And then I've worked as a graduate teacher for about 15 years.
Okay. Were you teaching at the time when the vaccine mandate came in, or you were just a civil servant? You were teaching.
I was teaching. I was a graduate teacher at the time. At the time, I was assigned to the Western George Secondary School. And to be very honest with you,
and I'm going to be very honest with you, too. So let's go. Remember,
to be very honest with you, that is one of the worst experiences that I've ever had as an individual. Because when the vaccine mandate came out, I was in the classroom. So after after the law was passed, and they had all this charade going on, teachers can come to the school and so forth. My principal took a position that she couldn't stop us from entering the property of the school because it wasn't her place, which I think was correct. But the government was saying you're unvaccinated, you couldn't come in. But from my research, I knew that what they were really putting out was not necessarily as it was. Reason being, the students were not asked to be vaccinated, right? So a virus doesn't select if it's going to be deadly. So if the teachers have to be vaccinated, the students don't have to be vaccinated, then that doesn't have any scientific basis to it. In terms of being a scientist, and I being a scientist, I understand that fully, right? So I chose not to take it. Not that I was against it. Not that I'm an anti-vaxxer. No, I wasn't. I mean, I followed all of the discussions. I was well read on the situation, so I knew clearly where I stood, and I stood on that principle that I should not be forced to do something that I didn't.
What did you advise your family to do?
No, my family, we took a decision as a family that we were not going to take it as a family. So I didn't take it. My wife didn't take it. I have 4 children. None of them took it, and that was a decision.
Okay, so you were the bar. You couldn't go on in this classroom. You couldn't.
No, well, I went to school up until that came out the end of 2020. I went to school even up in 2021. No, the mandate came out in November 2021.
Should you turn off your microphone?
So, okay. So, my letter was written in December of that year.
What letter?
The abandonment letter, which say that you have been deemed to have resigned from the government, came from the Service Commission, the CPO, Chief Personnel Officer.
That you didn't turn up to work.
Right, but I was at work for the entire period of time. I mean, that was the most amazing thing.
Right.
I was at work for the entire period of time. So my letter was written in December, but I received it in January at work.
While you were in the classroom?
While I was in the classroom. So while I was actually marking the register for my form, I was a form teacher also, Form 4. While I was marking the register, the principal sent someone to get me. And when I went down, they gave me a letter, and basically you could have seen that they were saddened by it.
Right.
And what they told me was that of all the teachers who were there, they really respected my position, and it was sad to see what was happening and the way in which it was happening.
Okay.
So because I mean, when I do whatever I do to the best of my ability.
Okay.
I'm someone who strives on excellence.
Okay.
Right. So where have I taught? I mean, Imran could tell you that. Shady could tell you that. In Union Island. Back in 98, 99. I mean, I was a young guy. He just came out of school. You know what I mean? You're full of energy. So I give the best. And when I taught at grammar school, at Bishop's College, at Western George, I gave off my best. That's who I am.
So you received the letter and you had to leave immediately?
I received the letter, I think it was about the 6th of January. School had just reopened. Can't remember the exact day, but I think it was a day in the week. School had just reopened. So it was like the first or second day when we went back to school for the second term. And when I opened it, and the stupidity about it is that these people asked me to sign to say that I received the letter. I find that was comical because you're saying that I have deemed to have resigned, I've abandoned, but you're showing that I'm present. So I signed it on purpose and dated it, right? So they have the record that I was at work when I received it. So I received it, I looked at it, and what it said was nonsensical in my opinion. It's like the government is writing to me to say that I have resigned. I have abandoned my job and is deemed to have been resigned.
Okay.
I mean, that is nonsense.
In that letter, did it speak about your salary, your pension, and all of your
Well, basically, what it quoted,
say?
it quoted some areas of the law to say that that you are deemed to have resigned, and basically you've basically forfeit your benefits. So it did indicate that you're gonna lose your pensions and whatever. And to me that was wrong, right? So I was prepared to stand against it, and I'm one of those who stood up against it. I actually refer to it as economic assassination, and I said that at the teachers union platform when they had, I think it was some solidarity movement. I think it was a Labor Day, right? Because you're talking about teachers, right? The educators of the nation, the people who form, our minds and so forth. Teachers, police, doctors, nurses, civil servants, and the state was the one taking this approach. To me, it went too far. It was draconian in every way, and we won the case. And I mean, you're pretty aware, the nation is aware.
Right.
We won the case, and then the state itself now appealed the case, and then they were able to get it overturned, which has its own, in my mind, questions. And then we took it from the teachers union to the Privy Council. So right now, I mean, that case has gone forward to that point. But Bing, putting all things aside, we are now in 2025. Right? I mean, the pandemic has passed. We are still alive. You may have been vaxxed. Shady may have been vaxxed. I don't know.
I have been.
Right. But you and I are still here talking.
Yeah.
Does that affect us in any way? No, it hasn't. Right? Life has moved on. But as we speak, Bing, that law is still in effect. Has not been repealed, has not been, nothing at all.
So now, before all of this, were you a member of the NDP?
Oh, no. I wasn't a member of the NDP then. No. I actually came into the NDP in September of last year. I wasn't I wasn't a member of the NDP. I wasn't involved in politics in any way at all. I followed the issues because I'm someone who followed issues from since I was a boy. My grandfather always listened to the news, so I grew up listening. 7:05. You listen to the news at 12:30, and when I live with a great aunt,
up to date with
I was always up to date. Right. Let me tell you something. Even Prime Minister Gonsalves, when he had MNU Speaks back in the 90s, I listened to that, literally religiously. So I'm pretty aware in terms of his political philosophy, the positions he held, and so forth. From then, as a boy, I listened to a lot of those tapes. So what really pushed me to come forward? The situation with the injustice, being meted out.
So you became a member of the party because you were unhappy with what happened, and this is your way.
No. It really wasn't that. Bing.
It seems so. Though.
No.
The optics of it.
No. That is not the case. No, I'm glad you asked because I could give you clarity. No, that wasn't the case. The thing about it is that when I returned from university back in 2006, since then, my community was always calling for me to come forward to represent them. Right? 2010, 2015, 2020, I was being called by my community. But I honestly, at that point, I had no interest in politics. What really pulled me was the condition of Barrelly, Curtains, Central Leeward. I felt it's as if we have been abandoned, totally neglected over the life of this administration.
And you didn't see that before?
Every time. That's what I'm saying. I've seen it all the time. That's what I'm saying. I've seen it all the time. So it was there, right? The injustice of the vaccine mandate, yes, it pushed me to even, solidify that position. I'm not saying no to that, but I'm saying that is not the reason, because I see it as a unnecessary injustice that played out on Vincentian, and I think this administration should be held accountable for it, and all Vincentian who are affected, directly or indirectly, should hold the government to account.
Right.
And the best way to do that, Bing, is the 2025 elections.
Okay.
So I'm calling on people to recognize that.
So let me ask you something now. If there wasn't that situation with COVID-19, the government position and how they treated and dealt with teachers and civil servants, would you have been here in front of me this morning as a member, a candidate for the NDP if that didn't happen?
Yes, it was still possible. It was still possible, yes.
That's your honest position?
Actually, what happened, Bing, after the 2020 elections, someone reached out to me the day after the 20 elections and asked me to seriously consider this thing. That was long before COVID actually became an no. That was 2020. COVID no well that COVID was before that. But Big, you would be shocked to know, that I was identified as far back as 2001 by Sir Louis Straker to be a protege for him.
For the ULP?
Yes. I mean,
yeah.
Because when he came to Barley or Curtains for the first time back in 94, I was a young boy, just out of high school at the time. And, he was walking around very engaging. I remember this very well. Me and the other boys, on the block, chatting, young men will just hang out and thing. And when he came through, he asked questions, but I knew who he was because, as I said, I followed the news, so I knew he was. And I was able to engage him in conversation. And the guy was just impressed. So when I was studying in university, when they got into office in 2001, when I came home for vacation at that time, he met me at a football opening in Curtains and gave me an offer, which I didn't take.
An offer?
Yeah, the offer was basically
What was
to
the
be
offer?
his protege. When I finished university, I
Was there
could
financial?
no, it wasn't a
Not
financial.
financial.
Basically, it was like for me to come to once I was interested. So,
You joined the party, of
right,
course, and then
they would have sent me wherever I wanted to study, to do political science and all that kind of thing. And even up to 2025, the 2024 when he campaigned, he actually campaigned using my name.
And why didn't you take that offer? Why didn't you take that offer?
Well, at the time I was young, I wasn't interested. One, I wasn't interested totally. My parents, grandparents generally have always had supported the NDP.
Right.
So I have that kind of heritage. But apart from that, on principle, I couldn't align.
Why? What was the principle?
On principle, I couldn't align. On principle, I couldn't align. Yeah,
Okay.
I couldn't align.
All right, got that. All right.
I couldn't
Okay.
align.
Let's see what present. Let's come to the present now.
And before you even go there,
Yeah.
he even had a conversation with my mom in 2004.
To try to get there.
No, not knowing he was talking to my mother, and told my mother he has a young man in Cuba studying. There's a
Oh,
young man in
really?
Cuba studying. Yeah. And when he gets back,
Well, this is serious.
He's gonna be the person who replace me.
So hold on. So what you're basically saying?
So wait. And my mom actually said to him, "Oh, no, he's my son, and I don't think he'll be interested." I mean, that's how far back that goes. Yes, go ahead.
So what you're basically saying is that these guys, the Unity Labour Party, through Sir Louis,
well, after me for years,
right?
For years.
And therefore they have basically
2005, he was still reaching out. 2010, I was still being sought after. By 2010, both parties were after
So
me.
the ULP
2015, they were still after me. Even at the time when they brought him up, they were still after me. 2020, the first time I heard of the present representative was 2019. When I was told, you're not considering this thing. We have a young man who's gonna do it. You understand? So yeah, man, they've been after me for quite a while, but on a matter of principle, bro, no.
So these guys have they basically endorse you then in a way.
Well,
they saw
know the quality of the person.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's an
There's
endorsement.
no joke about that.
That's an endorsement from the top leadership.
Well, that's one of the reasons why the top leadership has been going, buzzardy. Because the same thing. I think Kish told you that they wanted him for Central Leeward. You understand? So the question is, these young men, they're not attracted to us, and then because I did not know that about Kish did not know that about me, but both of us chose the NDP, and the reason for that being is simply it's a matter of recognizing time and season and era. The ULP as it stands right now has done its time. It's as simple as that. The Prime Minister has done its time. When a leader reaches the stage that he has reached and still cannot find suitable replacements and is not willing to even transition into leadership, you understand? It's totally something that you can see that it is the end. So right now, as we speak, is the end of a political era of the leader and of the party. So as I said, as you said at the beginning of the song, there's a new season, there's a new day, a fresh anointing is coming away. This is what we're bringing. So as you could recognize, the NDP is going to be celebrating 50 years this year, December. But at 50, it's being renewed. None of the persons present in the NDP today were present at the time of Sir James Mitchell 17
You
years.
said the ULP, you mean the NDP?
No, the NDP.
Yeah.
None of the persons present in the NDP today were members of the 1984, 2001 NDP, right? So it's a fresh team, and it's a team that is balanced with experience and youth and fresh perspectives. You know what I mean? We'll get into some of that, but this is what we bring. And when you really compare pound for pound, team for team, I mean, come on, man. You could make that observation. NDP is the better team by far, and our leadership is far better equipped today than at any other point. When you compare leader for leader, energy levels, perspective going forward, we're talking about going forward.
Right.
I mean, can you go forward with the past? And that is what the present leadership of the ULP represent. Think about it, Bing. You have Frederick Stevenson retiring, Montgomery Daniel retiring, the brother from Snag, Edwin Snag, retiring.
Gone.
I mean, all of these guys are way younger than the Prime Minister. Think about it, Bing. And they are leaving. They're taking a bow.
And
he
see
still
this
don't
as
want to
what?
go.
You see this as what?
I see this as someone who has reached this pinnacle and cannot recognize that it's time to exit. So essentially what we're going to be doing for 2025 is retire him.
Okay.
And not just him, but the party too.
Okay. Do you also not see this as the party can't win without him? Because he has.
Well, that is exactly what it says.
overall-
That is exactly what it
sucks-
says.
He sucks
Yes.
the power the out of the room.
Yes.
And then therefore.
That is exactly
without
what
him-
it is.
Without him.
That is, and I mean, you said it perfectly. That is exactly what it is. Because with the perspective is, without him, the party cannot win the election. And he said it the other day. I mean, basically, they want him to stay so that he could take them to the promised land. I mean, think about Moses when he got to the promised land. He could have just seen it from afar.
All right, let's look at your constituency now.
Yes, centrally what?
So we looked at you. Before we look, where do you see you see yourself as being in politics for how long? Are you
Yes.
gonna be like what? Are you gonna be
No.
like Rav Gonsav who said
No,
that
no,
he's
no,
only
no.
gonna do
No,
two
no.
terms and then
I'm a leader.
think-
I'm a leader. I'm a trained leader. I was born to lead. The thing about leadership being, when you're leading, you have to be able to identify and know your time, and you have to be able to understand the season, right? The hallmark of an excellent leader, a great leader, is being able to identify your successor, right? Prepare your successor so that at the point when you're ready to move, your successor could take you, and then you can move on, move out, give them the space, and cheer them on. That is the hallmark of a great leader. We see the failure in Dr. Gonsalves. For me, I am looking to serve Central Leeward. I mean, I have Vision Central Leeward 2025, 2035. That's a 10-year plan for Central Leeward, which is essentially to rehabilitate Central Leeward, restore Central Leeward, bring prosperity to Central Leeward, and lift Central Leeward, to where it really belongs. I am looking at 10, 15 years max, but for me, the next 10 years, I'm prepared to serve in political field. If the people desire for me to go beyond that, then that is something I will consider with my family. But for me to say that I want to go up until I'm 80 in
How old are you
competitive
now?
Politics. I'm 50.
You're 50.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Most people think I'm 35.
Yeah.
But I'm 50.
You look young.
Yeah,
You
I
look
know.
younger.
Yeah.
If you didn't tell me you're 50, I didn't.
Yeah, I'm 50.
You're 50. All right. So, and you're married. You've got 4
Married,
kids.
have 4 children.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What do you see of your vision for the Central Leeward? What's your vision for Central Leeward constituency?
So my vision for Central Leeward, I was at Curtains on Sunday for the football opening, and I'm being honest with you, I was totally disappointed. I was depressed looking at what was happening. I mean, that's the honest truth, right? Throughout Central Leeward, the constituency, sport and infrastructure are literally non-existent, right? As in my opinion, they're worse today than they were 30, 35 years ago, right? Hard courts we do not have. And, Barley has been a mecca for producing, Barley and Leo specifically, has been the mecca for producing athletes, sportsmen, sportswomen throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Other communities can boast the same thing, but I speak specifically to Barley. And the Barley Secondary School, which has been the
Central Leeward,
right. Well, they call it Central Leeward Secondary, which I could address, but it's Barley Secondary, which I've already stated since last year that I will rename once elected to Hermia Scott Secondary School.
Who's Hermia Scott?
Hermia Scott, she was, I think, the second principal of the school, and she has really transformed, Barley Secondary School in terms of the academics, the sports, the community, all of that.
Okay.
She has done excellent where that is concerned, and you will hear most persons around my time who served on during that period of her tenure will speak of her and very highly of her. So that would be something that I would do, right?
Okay. Let's look at. I need you to identify 5 of your. Give me your top 5 things that you will do if you were to become the representative.
Come on, no.
If you to become the representative.
When I don't talk if with this
thing,
thing. No, I don't talk if, and I don't talk if.
Well,
No. I'm telling you, I don't talk if.
When you become
the energy has to remain positive.
When you become the representative.
When I become the representative.
And give me the top 5 things that you would do.
Right.
Immediately.
In Central Leeward.
Within 100 days.
Right. So 100 days, that's 3 months. I've already outlined some of those things already, and I'll say them to you. But I was making the point in terms of the neglect and the abandonment of the things that we have to identify, because in project management you cannot solve a problem and bring a solution without looking at the problem. So it's basically systematic what I'm doing. I'm showing you the bigger picture in terms of the neglect, the problems that exist presently. What are the two biggest projects that we have had in Central Leeward over the 25 years of the administration is the Bill Isles Correctional Facility, the jail, and the garbage dump, the landfill. Those are the two, and those are in the first term of this administration.
Really?
Yes, first term, 2004, thereabout.
What about work done to the public Moncton area? I mean, that
kind of work.
It has been transferred. It's not the same as it was before.
Public Moncton?
Yes.
In what way?
In terms of the environment, the public facilities.
Moncton, you saying?
Yeah, the public Moncton. The public facilities, bathroom, washroom, were they always there?
Well, yeah, those went in, but I mean, in terms of significant being, that's not.
You don't consider those significant
investment.
That affect the
no,
people?
they're good, but they're not significant investment.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Right. So in terms of for my vision 2025, 2035.
5 things.
5 things in the initial rollouts. The first thing, and I've said this publicly already, the first thing, Botland Glass. And we'll be doing a village meeting in Botland Glass this Friday. So the Botland Glass people, they heard me say this before and they hear it again. The Botland Glass Road from Silima Shop all the way in, come around through the community by the gas station. There's a cooperative that has a gas station there. That road is going to be priority. That road is going to be fixed.
In the first 100 days, you're saying
that road is on the list, and that is priority.
I've said fixed in the first 100
to be fixed, with drain and all of that, right? Well, you're gonna start that. You're gonna get that going.
Yeah,
so
but
in terms of the studies that has to be done,
Right,
the logistics, that is
you're
priority.
gonna
That
start
is one
the
of them.
fixing of the Buckland Glass Road in the first 100 days of you being
First
the MP.
quarter we get in. Well, I mean, we know we don't have money to meet. We know that already.
You don't know that. You're not.
I'm
in,
telling
you
you,
don't know the public post. You don't
brother,
know.
brother, we know that.
All right, let's
this
go.
country right now,
okay,
bro.
that's one. That's one.
Right.
Yeah, two.
Now, in Central Leeward, as we speak today, Bing, 25 years of this administration. Over the last 4 or 5 years, the Barley police station has just been left defunct.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Grass growing on it.
Not just grass, trees. I ain't saying shrubs in a Bing. Trees growing on top of it and growing out of it. What I was told, last year about that is basically that, it had a plumbing issue that could easily be rectified. And to date, that is still there. That is going to be another priority for Barley and Central Leeward. The Barley police station, we will have, the assessment done, whatever the professionals will have to go in, see what the situation is, make an assessment, and then give the recommendations.
So that's the police station.
The police station is
that's
a
two.
priority, baby.
That's two.
Must be a priority because citizen security has to be a priority.
Where's the police station now?
Outside of Barley. Peter Soap heading into Mountain.
Okay. Is it
totally out of the way of the population.
Community.
And it is actually placed in a rented house.
I was just gonna ask if it's a built.
No. In a rented house. I mean, people in Barley say it's basically, the low usual thing where the government give a blight. I don't know, but that's what they say.
So you mean the police station is a rent? So it's a rent house?
It is a rent house. It's a rent house. It's a rent house.
So Barley police station is a rent house.
Barley police station is in Peter Soap as a rent house. Yes,
okay,
that's what I was told.
That's three.
Layu police station. When last you ride on side boy? When last you ride on Central Leeward? Recent as well. Tell me. You can't tell me.
No. So
oh my God! If you see the condition of that thing, I was speaking to a friend of mine from Curtains. Came in. They having a family function right now. Was a police officer. Live overseas now, and he was actually asking me if the Layu police station is still operational.
Wow, because of the condition.
Oh my God!
There was a courthouse. There was a courthouse above.
Everything's still there.
And it's still function there. People
the
still
inside,
still being used.
The outside. I mean, the level of how dilapidated it is just shameful to see. And I've been highlighting it since last year, September, October, November, December. And I mean, nothing whatsoever. The paint on it, Bing, as we speak, is stripping. The driveway, what I was told by villagers there, the soakaway basically is under the driveway and it's damaged. So you see this green, algae type running from there. People tell me that is sewer water.
Is what?
Sewage water.
But why when you hear, for example, Prime Minister Gonsalves speak about he went into police stations when he came into office, and when he flushed the toilet, the water coming up in the kitchen sink.
His bucket them man using to
why
flush
then
toilet
we don't
in
hear about these things that you say now that is happening presently in your I'm hearing.
Look, I have always been highlighting these things.
So it is that
I
bad.
highlighted this
It is
the last
that
time I
bad.
was here with you.
It is that
Them man
bad.
flushing toilet with buckets, Bing. It's the same thing in Vermont.
All right, so that
your friend, Grant Canil. Yeah, come on, you know the thing. Grant Canil talked about it. The roof leaking is bucket them and flushing toilet with. I spoke with officers who working in them places. Don't talk about Spring Village. Bing, the Central Police Station.
Yeah.
You heard about the mole problem?
Yeah.
They had to move out CID.
Yeah, and I also know of Calico. I went to the Calico.
Oh, well, don't talk about Calico.
But let's focus
Don't talk
on your
about-
constituency.
Well, we focus on my constituency,
yeah.
but you see the point I'm trying to
Yeah.
make here. It is not just Central Leeward. It is throughout the country.
Okay, well,
Kaliakwa.
Let's stay with you.
Kaliakwa, Bing.
With time.
Okay,
because I
all right,
want to
no
bring
problem.
on to that.
All right, no problem.
Okay, so that's three things. That's three.
Yeah.
What else? We got two
Yes,
more.
right.
Two more things that you think that are very important touching the lives of the people that you will focus on and get started or get done within the first 100 days of being in office as a representative of Central League?
Right. One of the things that I've also talked about is the state of the sporting facilities. Those we would not be able to complete them within 3 months. I mean, you will understand that.
Well,
but in terms of the studies that would need to be done, the technical understanding of so and so forth, those would be done, and those are going to be done for all 3 playing fields: the one in Barley, in Curtains, Layu, and Bukomet.
What are you going to do to them?
Right. For those, the plan that we have right now, because it's gonna be a total game changer, right? It's a total game changer for Central Leeward and the Leeward corridor. I'm focusing on Central Leeward now. For those 3 playing fields, I've already said this since last year, Bing. I've been saying it repeatedly. And since I've been saying it, now is trying to repeat what I'm saying. And they're trying to run ahead of me. And I'll tell you what they've been doing in the last couple of days. Those 3 playing fields, we're gonna resurface them, right? As in grassing, fence them in terms of for the protection and so forth. Put in seating and lighting.
You're gonna light
yes, you're gonna be lighted. In addition to that, Bing, for curtains, we are gonna transform the curtains hard court into an indoor facility.
That's a big one. That's a tall order.
It's a tall order, but it's doable. Well, remember, I'm not saying that all of this will be done in 100 days.
But you're gonna
start in the context of ensuring that these are pitched at cabinet and have studies being done.
Right.
Because we have to go and seek the funding and all of that, and that is not going to happen overnight.
Okay. Cool.
We understand that, but the priority, they're there. The schools are gonna continue to have children. Everybody not gonna be becoming a doctor, lawyer, police, a teacher. Those who are gonna be in the new youth economy that we've been talking about. Sportsmen, sportswomen, persons in the creative industries. Opportunities are gonna be there for them. So we have to ensure that we have the infrastructure, right, to facilitate that sort of development, right?
Okay.
Another big problem being that the people in Bukoment have been talking about, and I talk about the Bukoment playing field, but
so this is your 5th. This is the 5th one you're gonna bring now,
right? Well, I could give you 10.
I just need 5.
Right. Well, agriculture and fisheries, under the 4 pillars that we have, they're going to be separated. But there's going to be
separated how?
As in ministries.
Ministries, different ministries.
Because we have the blue economy, which is fishing, and agriculture. Those 2 for Central Leeward are going to receive attention on day 1. The Walilabu Agricultural Station, as we speak right now, Bing, it is in worse condition as this has ever been in living memory. When I was a boy going to school, I remember we had field tours that went there. It was well fenced. It had irrigation systems, right? Irrigation system, those things are no longer there, right? You had the saran netting that covered the entire area, right? Which gives you a level of protection from the sun and so forth. And you had that ongoing propagation of plants. That today is totally defunct in terms of what the purpose is. Wow. That is also a priority for agriculture. But apart from that, making lands available for agricultural production.
So you're going to have a land bank? You talk about the land bank?
Well, that has been a talk for quite a while. But on a national policy level, we'll have to revisit now the issue of land use.
Okay.
Right? Because a lot of our lands under this administration, agricultural lands have been moved into housing and other development.
Okay. And centrally, what I see that I know that there's some. So
right.
Do you have lands available in Central Leeward to use for the purposes that you available for the
we have
your 5th project?
We have lands. There's still lands in areas in Bill Isles and those areas. Peter Soap, we have lands in Peter Soap. We have lands in Moncton. Those are things that we'll also have to revisit.
So
because keep in mind, Bing, where we have the hotels being built right now, the 10 white elephants that Pace and Blackson have in Petershope. Yeah, 10 white elephants, that's what I call them. Since 2017
wait,
that's
stop,
going on.
hold on, stop.
All right, go ahead, tell me.
Explain exactly what it does.
10 white elephants.
No, explain. Wait, the Pace International Project.
Yeah.
Right? Because many people may not know what you speak of. So the Pace Project, which was supposed to be completed many, many years ago.
Yes.
Yes. What you've got plans for those?
Right. Well,
what is the situation?
That entire area was used for agriculture, Bing. That entire
area. It was
area
intended to be used for agriculture.
Well, it was used for agriculture.
Before,
yes. During the colonial period and right after, tobacco, black eyed peas, agriculture overall. And even when this administration came into office, I don't even remember National Properties had some shade houses there where they were supposed to grow vegetables and so forth. I mean, they didn't really last any time, right? And now, you had the 10 white elephants.
And what's your plan for these
conversation?
10 white elephants?
Well, the as it stands now, with what we're hearing in the media and what is going on in government, Moncton, Petershope, those beachfront lands, the government, what we're hearing, is basically either turning them over or selling them over to Sandals and Marriott.
Wait. So you're saying that Marriott will own the beachfront land, including that may or may not be one of the 10 white elephant beachfront land?
No, the 10 white elephants from the Prime Minister talked about it. That's what they're going to inherit those. They're going to inherit those,
right?
Along with the lands that Pace had. But what they're saying, they have some dispute, it seems, with Pace.
Right, we know that. We all know that.
So they are saying now they're going to acquire basically Pace property.
Right.
And
because
then,
they would have
right.
yeah.
Right. And then they're going to now have some negotiations with Marriott to take that over.
Right.
And Marriott now is going to do an expansion.
Someone asked me the other day recently if I've about Sandals owning or getting lands along that area in your constituency.
Yes.
What's the situation?
Yeah. Well, I heard about that too, and they have talked about it. Remember 2019, there was, I don't know if you were present at that, but there was this big launch, ceremony that first ever Marriott was coming to St. Vincent. That was in 2019.
I remember that.
It was a big fanfare.
Yeah. Candyman was the MC.
That's it. Yeah. They had soil turning and all of that.
Yeah.
Right, that's in 2019, right?
That was was supposed to be finished by now. Yes.
Right, should have been finished by now.
Yeah.
Now, what we're hearing from them now is all of that area come back to Small Mountain, the area that we call the recreational area. That Sandals now, that all of that now is going over to Sandals for this beaches resort that they're talking about.
This is the private Mountain.
That's what we're hearing. That's right.
So Sandals is going to expand.
Yes.
To go down to the Mountain.
Well, that's what we're hearing. That's what we're hearing.
Okay.
So I've been asking.
That is what's
that's what we're hearing.
Yeah.
The thing about it is that the government has not been upfront with the people. So what we are hearing since January, it's just anecdotes that, and the Prime Minister has meeting with Marriott in Jamaica. They've had meeting with Sandals, but there has not been any consultation with the people of Central Leeward. The people whom they're saying that will benefit from this. They're saying we will get over 1,000, 1,500 jobs. But they were saying that since 2015, right? So as it nears election, we've been hearing the same thing. And in Central Leeward, they have been taking us for fool for quite a while. And since I showed up, Bing, the education is on a different level. And that's why I said the thing turn up. Because the kind of work that they're trying to put in now last minute, they have never done it in Central Leeward before. They're trying to fix roads, they're trying to do roads, they're trying to do back walls. The ring road in Bokument, that was there a year ago before I came in, and less than 100 feet was done. When we had our first walkabout in October, Dr. Friday, myself, and the NDP, when I talked about it in Peter Bedell at Dr. Kisha's launch, but we had that convention, I highlighted it. The following day, the Monday, the workforce was doubled. was doubled, and then they extended, lined out a 200 feet additional, and they actually put in work on it. That is now nearing completion. When I spoke with business persons on the Bookament Bay front, they actually said to me last year that it is not going to be done before election. I said to them, it has to be done because they have nothing to show, and they have to at least try put up a front, but it is a little too late because the pressure is on. So you have that going on. You have several things going on, but overall, what the people are saying essentially, what it's way too late.
How do you plan to finance these things that you saying?
Essentially, what?
Yeah, that you're gonna.
No, well, I mean, financing for projects is not just the candidate
you said
coming
that,
up.
you know
with
for
something.
sure that when you get in there that there's no money. There's no money. You said that. You said no money is there. You said it.
Big. We are about three point something $billion in debt. I mean,
so you don't expect to meet any money. So how you plan to do all these top five things in 100 days or start them, get them
well
going?
remember some of the projects that we're talking about, like lighting the place, fencing, seating, that is not going to happen overnight.
Correct.
I'm just talking about the plans in terms of sorting things out. Those are not going to incur significant costs initially, right, in terms of putting that together. But critical and most critical for Central what is also is fisheries, right? Barely is a big fishing community.
Yeah.
So too is Leyu, and so too is Bookament. You saw the issue in Bookament with the fishers and the level of dispute that is causing. One of the things that we want to do is to ensure, because tourism is a pillar, agriculture is a pillar, fisheries is also a pillar. What we want to ensure is that we coexist, so that we have engagement, so that we have win-win situations. So it's not like we're going to sacrifice tourism for fisheries or vice versa. But, work with the stakeholders and engage them, which is something that we do, consultative democracy. The present administration, everything is just high-handed, and one man does it. So the moment that one man is out, whole team out. And that's where we're going.
We're gonna take a commercial break and come right back right here.
No problem.
Yeah, we come back and we continuing. And I'm gonna drill him some more when we come back.
No problem, man.
Omg In The Morning. Let's go take a commercial break and come back. Let's go, Shady.
It's CPL. Boom 106.9, the sound setter of radio.
Ain't got no money back calling me splurge. Watch me jump right off the curb.
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody. And we're telling now.
Boom 106.9. Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 106.9.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
For 40 years, we've refined the rhythm of beer, mastering the balance of bold and smooth, crafting flavors that echo through SVG. Between the limes and the laughter, we've carried our expertise across the Caribbean, one brew at a time, perfecting the process, deepening the craft, learning what makes beer not just tasted, but felt. And now, with all that we've learned, we bring you what's next. The next wave of refreshment, the next chapter in our story, the next taste to define a generation, not just another drink. This is the extension of who we are, the next experience, the next icon, imagined and brewed right here at home. It's not just what's next for us, it's what's next for you. It's what's beyond expectations. Own This is the extension of passion, of possibility. Hyrune next. The future of beer. Made in St. Vincent and the Grenadines by the hands that have mastered the craft for 40 years.
This isn't just a run. With each step begins a new journey. A journey of determination, persistence, and self-discovery. With each step, I am back on a quest to push myself beyond expectations, beyond standards. Each stretch, a reminder of the flexibility of the human spirit. With each step, I am breaking barriers. As I push to the finish, I'm filled with pride. Not just for what I've achieved today, but for the journey that has brought me here. This isn't just a run. It's a testament to the human spirit, and I am here for it. Island Sips, beyond standards, beyond expectations, beyond water.
G in the morning.
Sitting in your church on Sunday, thinking who you're gonna screw Monday, who you're gonna thief, who you're gonna rob. Take it as me till you say you can't fool God too. Every day you ball out, ja, 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 ja.
All right, we're back inside with you this morning, and we got as our special guest, NDP candidate for Central Leeward, Conroy Huggins. I sometimes say Corey.
Corey, yeah, I realize I can mix up.
Yeah,
Conroy.
And Corey is a friend of mine's son, who is like
I know.
Yeah,
tennis player.
Yeah. He's like a nephew to me. Right?
I understand.
Calls me Uncle Bing. That's why. Yeah. Someone has said that I should push you on, and you're not being specific on answering the question as to
which question.
The financing, how you're going to finance, how you're going to plan to finance these these projects, right? But we got to move on, right?
Okay.
Let me just say, Dr.
No,
Richards,
but I responded to that. I mean,
what did you say?
It's
Dr. Richards will not be with us this morning. He said
right.
that we should continue with you. So
No problem,
he has
no
given
problem.
up his time for you.
Yeah. Move on,
Yeah. All right. So let's move on. Under the ULP, this constituency have been known for quite some time now. I think from since
94.
From
Since 94.
1994,
Yeah.
it has been a constituency for Labour. Labour.
As 31 years.
Yeah. Why do you, and first of all, do you think it is so because of the party, one, or two, the candidates?
Why what?
Why do you think that it's a constituency has been in the Labour?
Okay. Why it has been held by ULP for so long?
But yes.
Okay.
ULP / Labour, because it was also Labour.
It was Labour prior.
Yeah.
Before the joining. Yeah.
Is it because of the candidates or is it because of the party?
All right, Bing, that's a good question, right? Well, I'm very familiar with that entire period. So in 94, I mean, after Sir Herbie Young won the seat in 89, comprehensively, because, it was all 15 seats the Mitchell administration took then. And then 94, he lost the seat What happened then? I mean, I was a youth, but what happened then essentially is that people, became kind of dissatisfied with various things that were happening at the period of time, and as a result, people voted for Sir Louis Straker. And then back in '98, I mean, they voted back for Sir Louis Straker. And over the period of time, after the merger of Labour and MNU, Sir Louis held the seat, and even when he stepped away,
They had to go
Maxwell
back.
Charles came in. He kept the seat.
And then there was a confusion period where the Prime Minister had to go and pull.
Right. So what I would say that has really held things together for them,
What's Sir Louis?
I think it's not so much for Sir Louis. Well, Sir Louis would have made great impact, and the reason why he made great impact, he was someone who was on the ground all the time, right? And he engaged people. So whether persons were NDP or Labour, even people ran him and run him out the yard and so forth, Sir Louis will still go back and talk to you. So he was very engaging. So he had that. So he made significant enrollment in Central Leeward and even in Barley, because so far it has just been basically candidates from Layu who have really won Central Leeward seat. So me coming forward, history is stuck against me in every aspect, in every way, but I am not fazed by none of that, right? So they have held it, but I think part of that, the poverty assessment report of 2018, to me speak to that in some way, because Barley, Central Leeward has been deemed in 2018 and the poorest of the communities in Central Leeward. And one of the things that I gathered from presently what is happening is that though we have been highlighting a lot of the issues, though we have been on target on things, they are of the opinion that as much as I have been working hard, gaining traction, and there's a big swing away from them, because their people are very dissatisfied with the level of service and that they have received. And I have been able to articulate and highlight a lot of these, and people are understanding it. And Bing, I'll tell you something, the young people, they are not as naive to politics as sometimes people say. When I engage the youths in Barley, I engage the youths in Peter, so Monk, Layu, Bookament. I was with the guys on the Bayfront in Bookament last week. They are very well informed and they are totally dissatisfied with what we have presently. So they have been able to hold the seat based on what they highlight as the poor relief, the poverty. So they shout a lot of that public assistance, and they do quite a lot of transactional support, and that has helped them, and they are of the view that it will help them again in 2025. So one of the things they have been saying for 2025, they're not really fighting up with Central Leeward because they will be able to put in sufficient resources in Central Leeward and get back the seat. But Bing, that isn't happening for 2025.
Okay. So what's your position with the public assistance slash poor relief?
Right.
Our
position on that. Right. Our position on that. Yes.
You said that. That's
yes.
Big.
Yeah.
That's one of the big reasons why they were able to.
So two things I will say to you. Our position on that with the public assistance. Public assistance will be maintained. Public assistance was there before them, right? It will be maintained, but with us, we will increase it because of the high cost of living that we have in. The cost of living crisis is killing us, right? So from a policy standpoint, we will seek to increase public assistance so persons will be able, to make ends meet. But the difference would be for us that the people who need public assistance will get public assistance. Presently, there are a lot of persons that are on public assistance who are not very able-bodied, strong persons, but because of this high unemployment situation that we have, especially among youths, in Barley, it is beyond the 41% that is projected nationally. In Barley, it's way beyond that, Bing. It's way beyond that.
All right. So you're going to increase it? You're going to keep it the same in terms of the amount?
No, well, our focus will be to increase, but part of our plan, when we talk about the 4 pillars for economic development, agriculture, tourism, the blue economy, the new youth economy, with sports, the creative arts, entertainment, and so forth. Our focus is going to be to expand the economy to make to create greater opportunities. So as you expand the opportunities, right, you will be able to bring more persons in terms of being gainfully employed. That is why that is the priority of the 5 priorities that the NDP talk about. That is number one: create better paying jobs for persons.
Can I say something here? Once I was listening and looking at one of your events, your meetings, and one speaker said, we're gonna do it to have more people get more jobs, to be more independent, and we're gonna lower the poor relief. Lower, and in some case,
lower the numbers. You mean the numbers of persons, not the figures,
right? And then another speaker said, "Well, we're going to increase it." Which is it? Which is it going to be?
No, I think you're missing something there.
Shady,
that analysis would be increase the figure in terms of the amount of monies that persons will receive. But remember, just talk about the expansion of the economy with the 4 pillars. When we expand the economy, it means, like, think of it as a cake. Rather than we have the small cake that we have, which is for friends, foreigners, and family. Now we are going to include the rest of society.
But hold on,
right?
Hold
no, wait. We're going to include the rest of society. So as we expand and we have a bigger cake, that's the economy, it means we'll have more opportunities, better opportunities. So once that is done, quite a lot of the persons that they have put on the program for votes, because that's what they're doing, put on the program for votes, able-bodied, strong persons, when they now have transition, where they are now able to do better for themselves and help themselves, they now will be able to earn, so that probably is the context in which that is being referenced.
Even what you said is confusing me, because you're saying you're gonna expand
the economy,
but then you're still gonna increase the poor relief.
The figure for the persons who are needing, who are deserving of it. Because keep in mind, in any society, you're gonna have vulnerable people.
Yes.
You're gonna have persons whose situation, are not gonna allow them to be able to earn and be as productive, right? And there are several reasons for that.
Limited time, let's move on.
Several reasons for that, right?
With limited time,
no problem.
What's your take? Because you mentioned them at the end when we were going out to commercial break just now. What's your take on these projects that are coming? Marriott, Sandals to a lesser extent, because I think that the border is border. How close to your constituency?
No,
is it border, or is it more in nature's?
You're referring to the present Sandals?
Yeah, the present Sandals.
Well, the thing about it, some persons are of the view that the location is in South Leeward. Some people have that view,
right?
But I guess for the politics and the optics,
right,
then they brand it to be Central Leeward.
Okay, so what's your take on this?
Outside of that, there's nothing to show in Central Leeward, nothing whatsoever. What we have received is promissory notes, year after year for the Western Coast, which is Central Leeward, and they say they receive monies to do all kind of stuff and nothing. Now, for Sandals, we do not have anything against Sandals. We do not have anything against foreign direct investment. I mean, there's absolutely nothing, untowards where that is concerned. What we are looking at in Central Leeward, in terms of what is happening now, the expansion for the beaches resort, we have been just hearing about it, but we are not getting details. So you're hearing that they're just giving you anecdotes, but they're not giving you details. And the other thing about it, there's no consultation with the people. So all we are being told is that for 2027, we'll have, Beaches Resort, we'll have Marriott, and we'll have over 1,000 to 1,500 jobs for the people of Central Leeward.
I'm going to play a clip for you. And I want your feedback on this clip that I'm going to play for you, and tell me how you are going to address this matter. If you think that it's happening presently, and if it will happen, how would you address it? And what's your take on it? Okay. Let me try.
Who tell us here? You have staff who deserve a good pay. You have the government that ought to get its fair share of taxes. You cannot just concentrate exclusively on exploiting concessions and to push governments into the ground. You all need to stop it. That kind of model, it is a slave model. It's a colonialistic model that does not work for the Caribbean people. You need to step up. And I expect a brand like Sandals, that we all admire as a Caribbean brand, should feel proud that we're making a significant contribution to government revenues, and should feel proud that your workers can earn enough money to get a mortgage, to own a decent home, a decent car. Not just about you expanding while others are struggling. We can't even attract locals to work in the hotel sector because of the pay so small. While you're making tens of millions of dollars every year out of each of these small economies. And then every time there's a little assessment about your taxes, you come with all kind of reasons why you should not be paying and challenging inland revenue. I'm tired of it. When it comes to that now, if you can't ensure that there's an equitable dispensation going forward where everybody benefit, if you just send us alone to benefit, well, take your hotel elsewhere. And I'm dead serious. And I don't want this matter to end up in the public domain like the last time. Because, I don't want to fight with you all. I want to fight with the body. But you're overdoing it. I was shocked when, Inland Revenue said to me that they're not cooperating. They want to take out all kind of deductions out of the ABST. They're paying it now. They're collecting the ABST from their customers. But at the same time, remember, they get all the corporation taxes off.
So
and the little ABST.
What would they pull from that?
Boy, they put all kind of something in there about they advertise this and that cost and all kind of foolishness. I am just tired of Sandals, tired of them. Tired. And again, as I said, I really don't necessarily want this matter to become a big public spat. But if it ends up being in a public spat again, if it's one man, they're not going to recoil from any fight with them in the interest of the people of Antigua and Barbuda. It's me. And they ought to know that. And I hope they don't try and test me. So y'all need to settle up y'all bill. We need monies to fund the country. And stop fighting inland revenue. And it's not me who tell inland revenue to go do an assessment, yeah? They did it on their own volition. But at the same time, Sandals just continue to play these games. And we know what these hotels do to you now. So, you know what they do, for example? So bad-minded and greedy. If, for example, a tourist pays $1,000 a night, you know what they do? They have all kind of middle company in the United States and so on. So by the time they report the money, you report half. So you get instead of getting your 17% ABST on the 1,000 and get $170, they get in half if you're lucky. I mean, y'all got to stop it. And the believers are always stupid, Bad-mindedness. So it's like the government not supposed to get nothing. They must get everything. And the last situation we had with them. And then on top of that, they had an agreement with the farm administration to hold on to 65% of the ABST. Not their money, And then when we negotiate to them and say to them, hey, you can't do that. It's not your money, it's trust money that you're holding on behalf of the state. They ridicule me up and down the Caribbean saying I'm removing concessions. Government taxes can be, they're collecting on behalf of government, can be any concession. And the thing is, they can't do that in countries like the United States because they'll go to jail. But they feel that, Caribbean countries are small and powerless. And you know what they keep doing? As soon as they have a dispute with them, they threaten to shut down the hotel. And if you notice that, remember they did the same thing too? Talk about they're going to do repairs, do certain, and in fact, the last time they did that, you think they did any substantial repairs? They must have changed the color of the building at the time. I mean, come on, man. All of us are stakeholders. Be reasonable. You can't want...
No, it's not really alleged. They have said it.
Okay,
the Prime Minister stated it.
So sandals will be expanded.
It's documented.
Okay,
It was announced in May of this year. May 8th,
so they will be expanded
in St. Vincent
into your constituency as
the western coast of.
Okay, based on what you've just heard, and what's your take on that?
Well, exactly what Gaston Brown was saying in terms of the assessment. That is what is critical. There must be that level of assessment, so you know exactly what is happening. The benefits that should come to the government coffers must come to the government coffers. As it stands right now, the deals that this administration has, we will not be able to get the details on that.
We don't. Do we know?
Well, that's a problem. As a problem, we the details we don't know, right? And because we are so desperate right now to improve room stock, then it appears as if we are literally selling our souls to ensure we get presence and expansion. Because what you want to get is just the numbers up. That is what is happening presently. So we are probably not presently in the best position to negotiate for ourselves and our winning. And that is exactly what Brown is saying there. And his experience has been one where he felt the people have been exploited, the country's been exploited, and they're not getting the level of benefits that they should get. With our focus on tourism, St. Vincent has to be first. People must be first. Yes, you will have your concessions and so forth, but we have to ensure that our people can benefit. And it just cannot be the menial jobs, because that is something that we recognize, is basically, as we are in this emancipation period, it's a return. And he said it. Slave wages. I mean, Gaston Brown said it. And the irony about it is that these lands were purchased under the James Mitchell administration from the colonial era for our development. And now it seems to be like a return. And then we are literally going back, to be, it's the hewers of wood and carriers of water. I mean, it can be that way. And one of the things that was said in the early discussions about expanding tourism on the Western Coast, Mount Twain, Peter's Hope, was that, and Camilo is on record in saying this, in terms of it would not be this all-inclusive. But that was before Sandals, because the thing with the all-inclusive, our access to the beach from land is prohibited. And that is what we are experiencing now. People have somewhat limited access in Bookament as we stand from the Bookament community, right? But when people use the beach and they walk along the coast, the beach shore, they actually block them from going higher up. I mean, that really should not be, because that the
how is it
should be legal.
How is it blocked?
No, the workers, the security people will tell them they can't go up and so on and so forth. So a lot of people do not challenge it.
But there's the high water mark and
right.
So that is not being challenged.
Well, that's a problem. Most people do not challenge it. So generally, some persons will walk over from the Bookament area over the wooden bridge that they have there.
Right.
There's an area where you could pass through the security. People do that,
Yeah.
but they will just bathe in the corner where the stones are.
That shouldn't be.
That is what is happening presently. Most people do not. And when people try to go up, the security will tell them no, they can't.
Yeah, but
so what is happening?
As a constituency rep,
Yes.
planning to be, and they're shadowing and saying, listen, I'm going to be, why don't you try to do something about that?
Right.
Are you doing anything about it?
Well, I've highlighted it. I've been highlighting it all the time. The thing about it with the exclusive access, at the expense of the constituents and at the expense of the nation, it is not something that we will accept. I mean, I'm stating that straight and forward. It's not something that we will accept, because you cannot tell us that we could just have access from the ocean. I mean, how many of us are going to be able to enter from the ocean?
Yeah.
So that is literally a sort of shut off. So,
but the law also gives us opportunity to get
there. Must be an entrance.
The high water mark where you can That's what the law say.
Right. But even before you get to the high water mark, you should have access by
Yes,
land.
yes.
Down. But with the all-inclusive model,
they're not allowing you.
Their position is that staff and guests. So that is something that we have to ensure.
And with the new one that's coming, let you get into government. You don't know what has been signed, what the agreement presently now for the new one that's coming, the beaches.
Right.
How would you deal with that?
So quite naturally, as a cabinet and as a party, we will have to have engagement. If we have to renegotiate, we'll have to do that. Based on the outcome, then we make decisions.
Okay.
And it's as simple as that.
I want to ask you something very quite controversial in a lot of areas. In some areas, in some it's not. A lot of people don't care about it. Like, for example, I couldn't be bothered about it. The whaling situation in Barley, where people that's what they use for their living. What's your position on that?
Well, in Barley, we generally we hunt the pilot whale. Yes. It's part of our tradition. It is part of our culture. It's part of our history, and that will continue.
You will make sure that is continued.
It has to continue. The blackfish processing facility that they have there under construction now for God knows how long. They received $3.8 million grant. That's almost $10 million, and up to date, it's not completed.
Why not?
They said they run out of funds. That's what I was told. They run out of funds, and then the contractor that did the work advised them about the city fence that they had there, the wall at the shore mark, and the way in which he advised them to do it, they shortcut it, and he told them that any storm, any high surge, it will collapse, and essentially that's what happened. So that has collapsed. The facility was even cut short because it should have been 2 floors. It's just one. So, and that project actually has been earmarked since the first term of this administration. So for 25 years, they have been talking about providing Barley with a blackfish processing facility. And as we speak, they are on their way out of government 25 years later, and it is still there, not done. And you remember I talked at the beginning about that road, the Bottle and Glass Road? That road leads directly to that facility. And as we speak now, the road is in the worst condition that it has ever been. I spoke to a young man. I was there last week. I spoke to a young man there. He lived overseas for a little bit. He's in his 40s. And he said to me, they called me Mix. He said, Mix, boy, when I went to school, the surface was there. Today, as we speak, there's no surface there.
It's bottle and glass.
Bottle and glass.
Bottle and glass there.
No surface at all. So when I tried it, the rep on it, he announced at the budget meeting at the sitting of the house in January that the blackfish facility, they would not open it without fixing the road. So we got information that the plan is 3 months before the actual election date, they will do the Bottle and Glass Road.
Okay.
To date, nothing has been done.
In the entire constituency, which area would you say is your strongest area in the constituency?
In terms of getting votes?
Yes.
Well, the kind of work that I've been doing, I'm strong everywhere.
You're strong everywhere?
I'm strong everywhere.
Okay.
But I'm from Curtains. So we are anticipating a heavy turnout in Curtains. My team actually is projecting an 80 to 90% turnout in Curtains. We literally gonna flip that in terms of those 2 stations that they're there. We're definitely looking to take the majority of those.
And the stronghold for the ULP would have been where?
Quite naturally in Layu. They don't have any stronghold in Barley. There are people in Barley who traditionally support Labour. But people right now have been very disappointed. Everything that this administration is doing now in Central Leeward are total response to what I've been saying since September and October. Literally everything.
Okay. What's your plan for Layu to break that stronghold? Or do you have any plans? How is it going?
In Layu?
In Layu for you, because that's the labor stronghold.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that stronghold has already been broken. It has been broken. The thing about it, I'm underground. I'm engaging the people. You're gonna have the people who who would remain loyal, but overall, the people are fed up. The people desire change, and they have been very disappointed with the representation they have received over the years. There's a road that I highlighted. First River Palmis going up to the Petroclef has been the worst in living memory. As we speak now, since October, they said that they were going to start some work there. People in the community told me since Louis Straker time, they have been saying the same thing to them. This is the farthest that they have ever gone. They have gone, they have lined out, they have put a post, and they've actually started something in terms of drainage and so forth. We're not necessarily anticipating that much is going to be done before the election.
Okay, pong for pong, because you brought the word
pong for pong. Yeah, man.
Pong for pong. Why
Pong for
do you
pong.
think that you're the better candidate for Central Leeward?
But you should be able to tell me that based on the observation. most people don't even know who is the person that I'm running against.
Well, I don't. I mean,
people-
you have
the
to
people-
say,
the
why do you
people-
think you're the
yeah.
better candidate, and that why do you think you should be the one to be
Yes.
voted to represent the people?
Yes.
Pong for pong.
Pong for pong.
Yeah.
For pong.
Yeah.
Right. So one of the things that the people said to me,
No. What the people said. Why do you think? Why you?
no, but that's my preamble. I'm going to tell you what I think.
No, you started by saying, the people have said to you. I want to know why. Why do you think?
Because I'm the representative of the people.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I am.
No, you're not.
I'm the caretaker for the
You're the
constituency.
caretaker. It's not
I'm-
the representative.
I'm the
right?
caretaker for the constituency. And as a result, I consult with the people all the time. I'm
Right.
engaged with the people all the time. So the simple thing about it, Bing, is that the present rep has been so absent, though he lives in the constituency. Persons invariably will say they've heard about the rep, but they have never seen the rep. Some will say they saw him during last election in 2020, but they've never seen him since then. And it was not until when I was announced and I've been going through the constituency, then he started to go around with some people. And in Curtis, for example, I mean, he's not really much, welcome in the community because the people feel that, we have been so neglected, so abandoned. Now it's close to election, then you're showing up. But most of you're showing up because we have a man from Curtains here on the ground. As a result, you come in to say, well, you're making a presence. You get that in Barley. You get it in Bookament. I mean, they have actually been going after my people. They're actually trying to canvass people in my team to get them to join them. Tell them the things that they're doing for Huggins, they need to come and do it for them. And they're offering them, fixed roof. They're offering them, card and money. They're offering them all kind of thing. But my team is saying no. I mean, I have a young team, but they are standing on principles. You understand? So the thing about it is essentially what is right for change. And the people want change. And my presence has literally changed the whole perspective for Central Leeward. So people are more hopeful. There are persons I met in Layo initially in last year when I started to go around. They said to me, Mr. Huggins, we've been voting and 20-something years, Mr. Huggins, and I mean, and you see that there's voter fatigue. And they basically say that, we're not really thinking of voting again because we're voting and losing every time. And I engage them. And they eventually come around and say, well, Mr. Huggins, I mean, I think I'll give you the support for the last time.
Do you go to ULP known
Yes, man.
homes as well?
I speak to everybody and I'm welcome.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, man, I'm welcome. I'm welcome. Because the thing about me, Bing,
You follow in the path of your mentor. Louis. You follow into your
I won't say that Louis always my mentor. I mean,
Well, you
it's
said
my
that-
friend, my friend. No, he identified me, I said,
And
as
he
a
had you,
protege.
and he had your-
No, I
okay,
said
cool.
he identified me as a protege. I
Okay,
didn't
go
say
ahead,
he was
go
my
ahead.
mentor. But the thing about it is that my philosophy is that we are not NDP or ULP. We are Vincentians and you're constituents. So when I look at someone, I do not see them as red or yellow. I see them as an individual and I engage them as such. Now, some persons are not going to appreciate you because of their own experience, their own challenges and so forth. And you've had that. But overall, generally, I engage everybody,
Okay.
and people engage me, and people like to hear me talk. They like to engage me. They like to have conversations with me.
I like to hear you talk on the platform. All right, this whole issue with what's happening with your colleague, Dr. Shallow, and cricket and politics and all that. What's your take on all of this and what's been happening with him?
We are the keys to the future. And being the keys to the future is a big threat. So it is unfortunate though. I mean, you played that song earlier by Gypsy, Little Black Boy. And something that Gypsy said that stood out for me in that song is be black, but be conscious. And when I was going to high school, Bing, and even during my period of university, that song was a motivator for me. And one from Sparrow, Children Go to School in Lawnwell. I mean, I'm a follower of social commentary. But those two songs helped mold me in terms of my educational formation. The determination not to smoke, not to drink, not to be wild. So I grew up with focus. Shallow represent that, right? And what you have now is a young man who is focused because he's conscious. And as a result, he has led at the national level, quite young, at the regional level, and at the international level. And he is represented St. Vincent well. He has been representing us well. I mean, the man is a global leader, right? And it is shameful to see that the head of government, would have taken this thing so far. I mean, I could understand that, your head hot up, thing turn up. But I mean, to go the kind of depth, to, counteract and so forth. But I like the way how Shallow has been dealing with things.
Okay.
I mean, he's dealing with it with focus and purpose.
Under NDP government, where do you see yourself fitting in terms of ministerial? Where do you see yourself in which ministry?
Yeah. Well, I mean, with my training, experience, leadership as a project manager, Dr. Friday has options. I mean, he could determine, where he wants me. But agriculture, I'll be able to do well in agriculture. I'll be able to do well in the blue economy. If he wants to use me in sports, and I could fit in there. If you want to make me communication work, transport and works, I could fit in there because I mean I have the skill sets that can manage, run administration and so forth. So and Shallow, basically the same. Philip the same, Kashaka. I mean, you name it. Andrew John, Chevron John, Israel Bruce. I mean, you name it. You could pick. So Dr. Friday has, a team that he can choose and he could fit, in the best way that he desires. Education. I mean, wherever. So for me, my focus right now is not so much on the portfolio that Doc would want to have me to run. My focus is on winning my seat.
Okay.
Because that is the greatest challenge.
Yes.
I know it is doable. We know it is gettable, and my team is just motivated because I was speaking to a brethren of mine from the diaspora yesterday, and he said, Huggins, this one is historical. This one is historical. This is history in the making, big, because we're going to turn this thing over.
Okay. I had an interview with Dr. Gonsalves, Prime Minister Gonsalves last week, and I asked him, and I'm going to ask you the same question too, although you said a lot as to why, but I'm still going to ask you directly and specifically, why do you think your party will win the next general elections?
Oh man, that's an easy question. I mean, changes in the air. The thing about it, people are fed up. People are fed up. The economy, I mean, is in total shambles. The cost of living is the biggest problem right now. Bing, bread and butter is not a joke thing. When that song came out, people took offense. Bing, I honestly ask myself how the masses make ends meet. And Bing, it's not easy. You know it and I know it. I mean, if you walk out from here, go anywhere in town today, at least 5 to 10 persons gonna be asking you for something. I mean, that is a reality. That is a reality. We have seen more homeless persons on the street of Kingston. And homelessness now is not just in capital city Kingston. You're seeing it throughout the country. That is a reality. Crime, violence, I mean, you name it. So the social fabric has been totally broken. People are desirous of change. And not only that, Bing, we are looking forward. And in looking forward, you cannot look forward to someone who have done their time. I mean, I respect the gentleman, you know. He has made a contribution. I mean, we cannot take that away from Dr. Gonsalves. Dr. Gonsalves has made a contribution. But his time is up. He has gone past his best. And the sad thing about, and this part is what hurts me about the present situation, the man has done his time, but the man cannot recognize that it's time to exit. And it's going to take the 2025 elections to put an end, which is sad, to his political career. And as a result of he holding on as long as he has done, it is going to put an end to the actual party itself. So, I mean, that is really sad. And keep in mind, I'm also a prophet. I mean,
What is it when you mean?
I'm a spiritual man too. So, I mean, I speak things into being. I mean, yeah, man. So when I talk about the vision that I hold, the thing about a vision, you know, you see the actual result before it is manifested.
Wait.
You understand?
You're not joking when you say, are you kidding when you say you're a prophet? That's just...
I just dropped that in there.
Okay,
I just dropped that in
cool,
there.
okay.
I was basically saying, I was basically saying, but I was just basically saying, you know, when I say something, don't take it for granted.
Okay.
Don't take it for
your
granted.
faith, I know the other guy is strong. Was set.
Yeah, I'm strong on my faith, man.
What religion are you?
I'm Christian. Fellowship at the Evangelical Church.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they used to call the Shankweiler.
Right.
From Victoria Park and so forth. We have different churches throughout the country. And I have been grounded in my faith since a teenager.
Okay.
And
so that's in you.
That's there. Some people are concerned of me getting into politics because I am somebody who professes faith. But I think that, you know, righteous people need to lead, and people of integrity, people of high morality needs to come forward. We cannot expect injustice and unrighteousness to govern and then expect a correct outcome. I don't think it is possible. So some of us have to come forward.
You got a minute to wrap it up. Let's say
well, I mean, I want to thank you. The person or persons who covered the cost for me to be here. I want to express thanks to them. You know, you just told me that, you know, someone covered me and asked for me to come. So I'm grateful to whoever that person is. The thing about it being is that the diaspora has been very supportive. The party has been very supportive. The constituents have been very supportive. So we are really looking forward to the elections. I heard you talk about red button earlier. I mean, we want the man to press it.
Are you ready?
We want the man to press it. Apparently, what I've heard is that his own polling is going against him. So he's trying to do a little bit more.
Okay.
But the more he does, the less time he has. So it is really sad. It is sad to see what his political end will be. It is sad. Yeah. But I want to thank you, and I'm really looking forward to contesting the 2025 elections, looking forward to getting into cabinet, looking forward to being a part of the governance of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, looking forward to the future of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. There are going to be greater opportunities under the NDP. Bing, we didn't even get to talk about the Will Not games, man. I mean, it was a disaster. But we talked about, you know, the facilities. But look at what happened in Caliacol. The guys playing basketball and they couldn't continue. I mean, when you read the thing, we actually came last. The team that came first had twice the points that we had. That is showing you where we are, and look at what we put our investment is. So I'm looking forward to the future. I'm not looking backward.
Yeah, and you happy going. You comfortable. You feel assured, and you know everything is good. The family is behind you 100%. Your family.
Yeah, man. The thing about it being, I mean, I have 4 children, as I said, and part of this is my investment for the children. It's the investment for Vincentians overall. It's investments for the youth of St. Vincent and Grenadines. Being, we could do better. It is simple as that. We can do better. We have to be able to think big. We have to be able to dream big. There's no reasons why Central Leeward, South Leeward, North Leeward, we do not have proper sporting facilities.
Right.
There's no reason where that should be. So I want to see that for us. I want to see our lives improve. Barley, Layu, Bookerman, fishing. I want to see the fishers do better. I mean, we didn't even get to touch in terms of the blue economy and the long line trawlers that we will ensure that they have access to through the development bank. So the plans of the NDP, they are there, they are solid. I mean, you're hearing about them, and I am here to help articulate and bring people over. And Bing, trust me, a groundswell is on the way.
You got an opportunity to tell Shady what song you want to hear. Let's go. Any song. Let's pick a song. What song do you want to hear? You got an opportunity to do it. Your boy. And he has to do it because you as your student,
former student, yeah.
He has to take.
All right, so Shady, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to give me your best pick.
No.
I'm gonna give you the best pick.
No. You have an opportunity to tell your student what song you want to hear. We're gonna go out on that song. Any song. What song you want to hear? Red Button. Can't get me out. What was we play this morning? Candyman make you play this morning. There are two red buttons. There's the red button from Skinny. There's the red button from what do you want to hear? What song you want to hear? Your song?
Well,
your song.
You can give me Ahmad.
Ahmad?
Yeah.
No, we won't have that.
You have that?
No. We don't.
You tell me anything, that's the thing.
No.
Urban station.
We're urban, so we won't necessarily play a political, direct political song.
So that's
for
fine.
political party.
So I prefer Shady give me a choice. As I would say.
What he playing? You won't hear, but I'm hearing what he's playing.
No man, he'll give me something good. He'll give me something good. He'll give me something good.
Okay, well, I think he just did. Thank you very much for jumping in.
It is fine.
Say thank to your sponsor. I'm seeing a couple of them online.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
remember this was a paid interview. Yeah. And
yeah, Bing. Well, so I really want to thank the persons who made this happen. You reached out to me and told me, that this was done, and you asked me, whenever you had the time. So I mean, I'm happy to be here, and I hope I did justice for those persons. I'm really excited about the opportunities ahead. I'm really excited about the future. And Vision 2025, 2035, it's loading. So as soon as the bell is rung, we're ready to roll out.
Your next public meeting will be when?
Friday coming here in Butland Glass.
Butland Glass.
We're gonna turn the thing right up in Butland Glass, man.
Yeah. Who are your speakers on your platform?
Well, for that we have Dr. Friday, we have Major Laycock, we have Daniel Cummins, and Louise Mitchell is going to be in that one. Yeah, she's going to address in some of the issues in relation to the blue economy. The blue economy. Because the opportunities are great. We'll also have local speakers. Brother Lance Caesar. Lance Caesar was one of the guys who was with the ULP, but recognized that there's a time for change. He has joined me as part of my team. We have Bishop Welcome, and
Shallow is going to be wrong, or he's not going to be wrong?
Shallow will not be speaking at this one, but if he's wrong, I mean, I'll make sure that he bring greetings, give some presents.
Yes.
He will be on next week. We will be in Bookerman next week, Thursday. So he will be there. Doc will be there. Nature will be there. Yeah, man.
And it starts at what time?
7:15.
I hope I give justice to the people that who pay the money for you to be here.
Tax.
You know why you know Shady is a labor man? You don't ever work for NDP. That's how you know Shady is a labor man. That's how you know Shady.
I do not see Shady as a labor man. I see Shady as an individual.
You don't work for NDP
because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Ask
At the end of the day, when he goes to vote, he chooses whatever he wants. So want to thank you, Bing. Butland Glass, look out for us this Friday. We were gonna turn the thing right up.
From 7 o'clock, you said?
7:15.
7:15?
Yes, Butland Glass.
On Friday?
Yes, Friday.
Are we invited? Can I come?
Come on, man. You're more than invited.
You're responsible for taking me on Saturday.
We'll go. No problem. It'll be a nice time.
Tell them those told me the last time I went to those told me down there.
Just want to say to the people in Butland Glass, from our standpoint, our party group, we will not be doing a bar. We will not be doing drinks. We are leaving that to the people in the community. So that they will be able to get some money, make some money. So other persons who come in, we want them to patronize the businesses in Butland Glass.
Shady, let it go, buddy. Let it go.
Boy, if Vince can hard again. Oh, Jesus. All I hear is death. Jesus.
Modo, how this here up so? Eh? I say Modo, how this it up so? Oh Lord, this is hard, this is rough, this is tough. Oh, this is rough, this is tough. This is hard.